What's up, Cynical? What? Why? Nice. What? You think you're gonna be able to cast some spells? I don't know if you're gonna be able to cast some spells, Cynical. You think you're gonna be able to? I guess we'll have to see. Casting spells with our mind. I mean, using our brain juices. Brain juice. I did get called a wizard the other day by a guy on Discord. Oh, okay, alright. Hey, you know, perhaps you might actually be a quote-unquote wizard. It's not impossible. Magic just might exist. Although the question we're going to have to ask ourselves today is it AI slop? Is it real? Is magic real? Am I real? Are you real? Am I a person? How do we know that any of us is real and doing the things that we're supposed to be doing in reality? That's the question we're going to answer today. Is this reality? It's a bit of a deep question. Is this reality? I don't know, but we're going to find that out today, damn it. Hope you guys are ready. Sorry, I just had to leave a snarky comment to a thread, a meta thread. It was very important. What even is reality? That's right, Cynical. I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. What is reality? Is reality what we're living in? Or is it other stuff? You know? Did I actually post that? Or did I Nope, I did pretty good. Alright, good. Socials are posted on. Got music up. We got all the streams up. All the streams, every single one of them. 10,000 streams. We're doing 10,000 streams today, at least 10,000. I feel like one of those birds. You know, like a, what is it, a budgie? That's what they do. What's up, Holden Two Dicks? Yes, this is a safe place to spread hate. Please feel free. If you want to be racist, I can just block you immediately, or I can wait till you say something racist, and then I can block you. It's up to you. It's up to you, man. I used to have one of those, a budgie. Those things are awesome. Or like a parakeet, or like one of those, what are they called, lovebirds? Is a lovebird a budgie? Am I mistaken, or is this music exceptionally loud right now? I mean, now it's loud. It seemed really loud. It seemed unreasonably loud.
There's no more room in hell. The dead will walk here.
All right. So, I don't know who needs to hear this, but magic apparently is real. And today we're going to be talking about it. Today we're going to be talking about magic. Today we're going to be talking to an old man named Pepe Sylvia. Pepe Sylvia. That's right. I don't know if you guys remember who Pepe Sylvia is, but he's a very important figure in this particular space. He's a very... oh, wait. I'm sorry. His name is not Pepe Sylvia. His name is Jose Sylvia. Sorry. Hang on. I forgot to switch over the vertical view. Sorry, you guys are still watching me dance, which is still fine. I mean, that's fine. So we're going to be talking about, some magic. We're going to be talking about magic. We're going to be talking about how to cast magic spells with your brain juices. We're going to be talking about how to use your brain powers to manifest $1 billion into your pockets? Bank accounts? Breathing techniques that we will use to shape and change reality, that we will use to create matter and energy out of the thin air. Totally not written by AI. Okay, if you try to say that any of this is written by AI, I'm gonna flip out. If you try to say that any of the stuff that we see today was written by AI, I'm gonna flip out. I'm gonna windmill into the audience. All right? Just, I don't know if you guys knew that, but there's a live audience here with me. They're very quiet. It's respectful. They're trying to be respectful. They want to make sure that they are respecting the red light is on. And so they're just very quiet. You guys won't hear them because they're very quiet. And my sense of humor is very dry. So they don't ever know if I'm joking. So they just kind of hold their applause and their laughter, and we just let them be. All right? We let them be. Is the audience AI? They might be. Everything might be AI. We might be AI. The whatever our perception of reality is might be AI. We might be like, in that old Matrix, as they say. As the Wachowskis would say. We're in that old Matrix. That's actually what they called it. That's what they called it before it was a movie. They called it that old Matrix. And then after the movie was about 10 years old, then they felt comfortable enough calling it that old Matrix again. So now it's that old Matrix. Any new prints of the movie The Matrix, which are probably not going to be made for a while, if at all, any new prints always say that old Matrix. And people think it's a Mandela effect thing when actually it's just the Wachowskis wanting to change the name of the movie because to be what they called it originally. Don't check up on that. All right? Don't you dare fucking fact check me. Fat check me. I'm gonna lose that one if you try to fat check me. I'm gonna lose that battle. I'm gonna lose that challenge. So, I mean, the goal of today really is just to highlight some random videos that popped up in my feed that are basically how to do magic. And I think that we can all kind of take a fun look at something that we know is ridiculous. And, hopefully you guys don't buy in too hard on the narrative. But if you do, I fully understand. Magic is cool. Magic is like... It's a cool thing when you feel like you can manipulate things that you can't typically control, like matter and, people and energy and stuff like that. But, thermodynamics aside, it's just not practical to assume that you can change reality with the wave of a hand, but some people still believe that you can do it. And that's pretty much what we're going to be talking about today. I have a whole channel to check out, which is only 4 videos. And I swear it isn't AI. It's totally AI. I swear it isn't AI. None of it is AI. Don't even look. The picture, totally not a absolutely characteristic of AI. Totally not. I promise. It's totally AI. It's absolutely AI. All of this is AI. It's really magic. I swear to God, it's totally not based on any kind of hallucinations from an LLM. I promise. Let's frickin' get into it.
Hello, you're Alpha Dimension.
So, this is probably a more tame example of a more well-founded idea of how the human body, how the subconscious can affect the conscious. And once we get this foundation under us, we'll be able to see how much more ridiculous that other stuff is. And if you'd like, I can read again the first chapter of the foreword of Condensed Chaos by Phil Hine, which is right here. This is... I know that it seems weird. Let me just reverse the thing so you can actually read it. Whatever, you don't have to be able to read it. It says Condensed Chaos. An Introduction to Chaos Magic by Phil Hine, forwarded by Peter Carroll, who is the guy who wrote the Hermetic Practices. He wrote something that was like the definitive Bible of Chaos Magic before Phil Hine wrote Condensed Chaos. It is exactly what it says. He took the entirety of Liber Null and Liber D and the Hermetic tradition, the Hermetic Dawn. He took all of those teachings and condensed them into a single book that is basically a guide for living life, which is insane if you think about it. Mistborn has a dope magic system. I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard of Mistborn. Ass. I agree, small peepee. That's a much better word than the one you keep trying to put in here. So I appreciate that. Ass is a really great word. I think we can all get behind ass. Eh? It's a Brandon Sanderson novel? Okay. Well, shit. Oh yeah, dude. See, small peepee, now that you've said an acceptable word, I can welcome you into the community. You see how much better that feels? Doesn't that feel good? I think it feels good. Though I would change your username if I were you. I don't know that... Again, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not your dad. Anywho, I think this provides a good framework for the beginning of the understanding of what real magic is. There is no such thing as sorcerer-type magic. It is all just psychology. It's all psychology. It's all whatever you tell yourself. It's all how you influence the world around you. Don't even know who you are, loser. Sure you don't. And so, like, it's really more just affecting how you think and affecting the way that your conscious is informing your subconscious so that your subconscious can be active when it comes time to consider whatever's going on in your conscious. That's all it is. That's what manifesting is. That's what all that kind of stuff is. All it is small changes to either your behavior, your personality, or your environment that influence the world around you, that can potentially shape what we see as our reality. It's like the butterfly effect. It's like if I was to equate it to anything that was understandable, it'd be the butterfly effect. A small thing we do has an effect down the road elsewhere. That's just how it is. One view, miserable, stream. You wish I was. I'm so sorry, small peepee. You're putting your username into practice here. So that's what magic is. That's what magic is. There's just no like real, actual like Merlin sorcerer type magic. It is really just your psychology, the vibrations that we exude out into the universe around us. Really, that's all it is. But we're gonna listen to this guy talk about it. He's more so in the camp of a like educational point of view. It's much more like a mindset, grindset sort of thing. Like, you know how you see a lot of that motivational content on YouTube where it's like guys who are like flashing like stacks of cash and like talking about it's a mindset, grindset thing. It's sort of a perverted version of this type of stuff. So I'm gonna let it play. Go ahead and tell me what you think, and we will, of course, to stay within fair use terms, we will pause it and we will commentate on it as we go. But I need to go grab some more water. Viva Israel. No, I'm not a big fan of that sentiment. Not a big fan of that. Israel is not a government that does good things so far. I feel bad for the Israeli people, so that is something that we can agree on. But not a big fan of genocides. Not a big fan. So I'm gonna let this guy play. I'll grab some water. Be right back.
Before I reveal this transformative process, stop everything you're doing and listen carefully. Imagine I told you that everything you have ever desired, wealth, peace, love, success, has always been within your reach. But here's the trick. 99% of people will never unlock it. Why? Because they are trapped in a mental state that prevents them from accessing the hidden power already sleeping inside them. Today, I will share a process so simple, yet so powerful, that it can begin reshaping your reality in a very short time. This is not about positive thinking. This is about reconfiguring your mind to align with the life you have always dreamed of. And the best part? It takes less than 1 minute. But here's where it gets interesting.
So anyone who is familiar with how magic works kind of has an idea that it's really about intent. It's about will and intent. And it's about kind of like shaping reality to accept the information that you're injecting into it. It's like you're adding a module. It's like you're a virus. You're adding a viral load to something and you're trying to get it to comply with whatever your prime directive for it is. And it starts here. It starts with meditation, self-actualization. It starts with being able to perceive of a higher, or to gain a higher level of perception, I guess, higher prescience. And that happens through isolation. It happens through deprivation. It happens through loosening the bonds that you have with the world. This is some of the sloppiest slop, and it's like snake oil too on top of it. Hey, you'll see. Hey, you'll see. Don't make up your mind yet. Okay, Cynical? Don't make up your mind yet. We might actually cast magic spells today, okay? Don't be a pessimist.
Interesting. There is a reason this works, and it is based on the discoveries of a man who transformed our understanding of the mind. My work. Stay with me.
I promise, this isn't AI. Stop accusing this of being AI. How dare you?
Because by the end of this video, you will not only know what to do, but why it works. And for those who follow this...
Hold on, Jose Silvia. Hang on, let me see if I can look this guy up. Jose Silvia. Let's see, like Wikipedia probably. Let's see. Jose Silva. I just want to make sure I have the right guy. There we go. Okay. The Silva method. So he's the guy behind the Silva method. I will, I'm going to have to ask you to take a look at this and tell me, do you think that he's been a YouTuber for a while? So when he says something like, in this video, we're going to talk about, and it's entirely possible. Why is this a Christmas music song? It sounds like that, the hip-hop song. The one, was it Run DMC? I don't think it was Run DMC. Was it, who did that? Like, they came out with, like, a whole album. It wasn't Wu-Tang. It was the one that, the guy died. They later become Bone Thugs. NWA. Jesus. But yeah, so this guy isn't making videos for YouTube. So, you talking about Christmas in Hollis? Yes, I am. I don't think this even came out in a December month, or in like a winter month. I think this is just, it's a compilation of just like random shit. Whatever. All right, Jose Silva. Yep, that is him. Jose Silva, self-help guru. Guru is a very loose term here. He was responsible for the Silva method, and he lived until February 7th, 1999. He began developing his method, formerly known as Silva Mind Control. He used it on his family members and friends before launching it commercially in the 1960s. So he's not alive right now. So he's not going to be narrating a YouTube video. So when we talk about this video, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he's talking about, like, I recorded this for a VHS video. I recorded this for something. I recorded this for like an expose or like a documentary or something like that. Maybe he's doing a lecture specifically for the people watching something at home, and he's like, in this video. It doesn't point towards a green flag. It points towards a bit of a red flag for possible AI generation. But let's roll with it for now.
Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will not only know what to do,
not to mention it also sounds really robotic,
but why it works. And for those who follow this process, do not be surprised when everything you have been chasing begins chasing you.
Perfect. So, if I am a young man on the internet and I am firmly in the pipeline of motivational mindset grind set videos, this is exactly what I want to look for. The women I want are gonna start chasing me. That's just the voice of a man coming down from his mountain, right? Yep. It's the ladies I like are gonna start chasing me. The money I've been chasing all my life is gonna start chasing me. All the adulation and value that I've always wanted to feel, you know, that sense of validation that you've done something that affects mankind in a good way, that's all gonna come my way if we only participate in this one video. This is the thing that Jose Silva is telling us that we need to do in order to morph and change reality to fit what we want. So let us learn the spell, learn the dark ritual that we're about to take part in.
Let me take you back to the 1940s. I was not a
Okay, this is a bit of a bad start. He's about to start telling a story. I would assume that he would be like launching into this method for shaping reality, but he wants to tell us a story, so let's listen to the story.
psychologist nor a mystic. I was an ordinary man who stumbled upon something extraordinary.
All right, now we've got two negatives and then a positive. A very well-known tactic by LLMs to fat out a sentence. It's a bad sign. That's a little bit of a red flag. It might just be a fluke, but we'll see.
Through years of research, I discovered how to access a hidden state of the mind.
Oh,
One
shit.
so powerful it could bypass limitations,
Oh, shit.
dissolve fear, and magnetize desires into reality.
Oh, shit!
Like-
We still got a list of 3. We're still using magic 3s here. That could just be reflex. It could be muscle memory, but it could also be an indication that this is an AI script. I'm not saying anything conclusively yet.
Called it the alpha
I'll let you come up with your own conclusion here.
state, the bridge between your conscious mind and your subconscious power.
Okay,
But what I
subconscious power,
discovered next
perfect.
was even deeper,
Okay.
a more profound state known as Z. Z is where your subconscious fully
So
opens,
gnosis.
like fertile soil ready to be planted.
so gnosis,
In this state, the barriers of the
astral
conscious
projection or
mind
whatever.
dissolve, and you reach a level of awareness where beliefs, emotions, and desires can be programmed with astonishing.
Yeah, I mean, very common stuff. This is sort of what people describe as astral projection, what people describe as a meditative state of mind, or gnosis, or it's got a lot of different names and terms, but really it's a higher state of prescience. It's a higher state of awareness.
Effectiveness. This is where visualization gains unmatched power, becoming a tool capable of shaping your reality from the deepest part of your being.
That's a wrong on its face. It's actually just shaping your perception of what reality is to yourself locally, to your own eyes and ears and senses.
When the mind enters this level, thoughts are no longer fleeting ideas. They become clear instructions to reality. This is not about
Lucid, that's why they call them lucid dreams.
empty affirmations or surface level positivity. It is about entering a
Ah, we've got another double denial and then a reaffirmation. We've got 3 things now, 3 patternistic things that LLMs will always do. Always, always, always. It's not this, but it's this. Or they say it's this, and then this. Like there's always a rule of 3s, and there's always 2 denials and a reaffirmation. Like it's very formulaic. If you like see enough scripts written by AI, you can kind of point it out. You can kind of like detect it.
state where the subconscious accepts new programming without resistance. Here's the challenge. Most people live trapped in beta, the chaotic surface level of accelerated thinking, stress, and constant distraction. In beta, the mind jumps from thought to thought without rest, never accessing the depths where real transformation occurs. It is like planting seeds in dry, barren soil and expecting them to grow. As long as you remain in beta, no amount of affirmation.
Aside from the nonsensical terminology that we're using to describe states of mind, this is all correct.
Or visualization will create lasting change. That is why what I'm about to share
What he's doing is like akin to using frequency for like spatial dimensions. That's not a thing.
is so important. This is a method I refined through years of research and practice, designed to guide you gently from beta into Z, allowing your subconscious to open like a gateway to infinite possibilities.
All right, we're nearly halfway through this video and he has not started the instructions yet. I don't have confidence for learning how to shape reality with our subconscious from this particular video. He promised, though, he said that that's what we were going to do. We were going to start making things chase us as opposed to us the other way around. Isn't that what he said?
Possibilities. And here lies the true secret.
Also, guys, if you're enjoying the commentary or the videos itself, or the videos themselves, please subscribe. Also, hit the share button. I hear that hitting it and then hitting cancel immediately still pushes the video up in the algorithm. Might want to test that and make sure it happens. Never know, you know? Just trying to build the community. We're up to 435 subscribers, I think, now. 435, 36. So it's creeping up there. Watch time is creeping up as well. Just gotta keep it going, you know?
Once you reach this state, you will perform one specific action exactly 6 times. This number is not arbitrary. It is based on principles that amplify mental programming. When repeated...
Well, no, what you're doing is you're talking about the box breathing model, and you're talking about how to achieve meditative oneness or gnosis, simply by manipulating your breathing patterns in I guess indirectly. Like, you're basically saying that these phrases that we utter 6 times take exactly this amount of time to say, which is the amount of time that it takes for your breath to leave your lungs. And then you breathe in to say it the next time. See what I'm saying? So you have a structured breathing process. That's the only thing that really matters here, is getting your breathing patternistic. Because I don't know if you noticed this, but we humans, when we breathe, it's really erratic. We're not consciously breathing. So our body is just kind of telling us to breathe whenever our lungs need oxygen. And so if you, and I'm actually consciously trying to demonstrate breathing right now. See what I mean? But like you're never conscious of what's going on. So if you were to look at somebody's sleep, right? If they have sleep apnea, it would be like, you know, it's just like really like erratic and chaotic. And that's like the extreme example. But like normally we just we don't breathe like we do in demonstration. When we manually breathe, when we are demonstrating a way to breathe, it's like, but if you're sitting idle, if you're just like drawing, or if you're writing, or if you're reading a book or something, it's more like, it's never just in 5 seconds, out 5 seconds. And so when you align yourself like that, when you focus on something, and it's like a thing that allows you to empty your mind of all accessory thoughts, that you're bringing yourself into a higher state of prescience, into a higher state of perception, awareness, simply because you're shutting down all the noise that's happening in your brain. And that's you don't have to repeat anything specific. It can be, I am a hot dog. I am a hot dog. You know, like it could be something that makes absolutely no sense, which is the fucking beauty of chaos magic. It doesn't have to make sense. It just gets you into a state of breathing. It gets you into a state of gnosis. It gets you into a state of being aware of how your body is functioning in that exact moment and how it's affecting the environment around you. That's all it is. It's not magic. It's just psychology.
Precisely, this action activates internal change and aligns your external reality with your deepest intentions. Now
Stop telling me how it works and just tell me how to fucking do it, sir.
Your subconscious learns through repetition, but there is a sweet spot, enough repetition to imprint the message without creating resistance. 6 repetitions reach that.
And just so you know, this is sped up. This is sped up 1.25. I probably could speed it up even further.
Point perfectly. So what are you repeating? I will tell you in a moment. First, let me guide you into the state of this process.
No! The video says repeat this 6 times. It's very clear. The title is clear. Just do what the title says. Just tell me what to repeat 6 times. This could be a 30-second video. Just say, hey, repeat, I'm a freaking hot dog, and I want to dance around all day 6 times, and you'll be able to achieve gnosis. Enjoy. If you want all the stuff that you've been chasing all these years to start chasing you, just repeat this one phrase 6 times, and then you say the phrase, and then video over. Thanks, like and subscribe. That's all it takes. If what you're doing is something that you stand behind, and something that you fully believe in, and something that you support, then, like, why mask it? Why bury the lead here? It's almost like this video is just a scam. Isn't that weird? It's almost like the video is a scam. Why would they do that? Why would anybody do that?
truly works. Step 1. Relax the body to calm the mind. Find a
Okay. Relax the body to calm the mind.
quiet place where you will not be disturbed. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and take a deep breath. Hold it briefly, then exhale. Let intention dissolve.
Okay, so you take a deep breath, you hold it, and then you exhale. Okay. And
Close your
what
eyes
else was it?
and take a deep breath. Hold it briefly,
Hold
then
it briefly,
exhale. Let
then
intention
exhale.
dissolve.
Let intention dissolve. Okay. Is this the whole process?
Repeat this until the weight of the day begins to fade.
So we're meditating. At this point, we're just meditating. We're doing a normal, average, everyday meditation.
Focus on your eyelids. Let them grow heavy. Feel
No, don't focus on your eyelids. You're supposed to be letting go of all your focus. You're focusing on only one thing. You're breathing.
the relaxation flow through your face, neck, shoulders, arms, chest, and legs until your entire body feels light. This is the doorway.
I mean, did anyone get $1 billion yet? We're still learning how to do it. He's over halfway through the video and he's barely just started telling us how to breathe. And this is before we ever get to the billionaire stuff.
A to Z. Step 2, the visualization countdown. Imagine standing
But what does that mean, B to Z? If a person is walking into this, as I am, just a normal guy off the street walking into this YouTube video, how the fuck does anybody... He said he knows about something, a state of awareness called beta, and he knows about a state of awareness called whatever the other one, Z. But he didn't explain what they were. They were just altered states of perception. They weren't, like, he didn't give any substance to that. And then he's telling us to breathe in and then let intention fade, breathe out, all that kind of stuff. And focus on your eyelids, let them grow heavy, and then let your body feel light.
This is the doorway to Z.
And somehow that's the doorway to Z. We don't know, like... I mean, people could do this all day long, and you might never achieve a state of Z because you don't have a fucking frame of reference for what that feels like or what that is or how the experience is. How do you know when you get there? I mean, you probably wouldn't. You'd probably be like, I don't really know what's going on or what I'm feeling right now. Because if you don't meditate normally, then you probably aren't going to achieve any kind of state of heightened awareness or anything like that. You're definitely not going to achieve peace or oneness or anything because you don't, it's not something that you do regularly. It's not something that you have very much interest in. So like you have to say what the meaning behind meditation is, how you meditate, why you would meditate, how to get to this place, and then you can start, and then explain to us what fucking Z is. Like, don't just say this is the doorway to Z. There's a place called Z that you got to get to. You got to actually explain what that is if this is meant to be educational.
Step 2, the visualization countdown. Imagine standing before a staircase with 10 steps. As you descend, count backward from 10 to 1, feeling yourself sink deeper into calm with each step. At the final step, you see a door.
So this is essentially just self-hypnosis, is kind of what it sounds like he's trying to do here. Do you meditate? I damn do every day. Oh man, I'd be erratic if I didn't try to find inner peace at least once a day.
This door represents the entrance
It's just good practice. And if you can't meditate every day, then I would at least suggest that you meditate once a week, once in a while.
to the Z state. Place your hand on it. Feel its energy. When ready, open it. As you step through, you enter a space
But okay, I mean,
infinite
I guess mentally.
stillness. Time fades. Noise disappears. This is where reprogramming begins. This is the Z state, the place where your subconscious is
I mean, it just... Wouldn't everybody be doing this if it was true, like if it was real? Wouldn't everybody be doing this right now?
open, receptive, and ready to create. Remain here for a moment. Feel the shift. This is where transformation starts. Step 3. Repeat the intention 6 times. Now that
This is... What intent? Like, you have to make up your own intention? You said you had a specific phrase for people to repeat 6 times. Aren't you going to tell people what it is?
you are in this receptive state, it is time to anchor your intention. This is not
You haven't said... we don't have an intention. You said that this is how to get the subconscious working for us, to repeat a simple phrase 6 times. You said that, and you're not telling us what to repeat. You're just telling us to state the intention. What the intention? I want $1 billion. Right now, I want $1 billion to put in my, or to come into my bank account in an hour. Like, it doesn't matter what our intention is. I'm here in a 10 out of 362. Get used to it. I'm here in a 10 out of 362. Get used to it. I'm trying to imagine what that could mean. I'm here. I'm a 10 out of 362. Oh, gay. I get it. Sorry, I forgot pretty much the entirety of yesterday.
About saying words, it is about feeling them. Visualize what you desire most. See it approaching you. Feel gratitude, relief, joy. Here's the phrase. Repeat it with me. 1. Everything I desire.
An entire concept. An entire concept. I'm going to achieve joy. How often do I repeat it? How many times a day? How many days in a week? How many weeks in a year do I do this? What are the other instructions? You've told me to have an intention, but you don't tell me what that intention's supposed to be. You say you're supposed to tell me 6 goddamn phrases to repeat. You haven't told me anything. Help me out here, man.
Is already finding its way to
Jose.
me. I am open to receive with gratitude and trust. 2. Everything I desire is already finding its way to me. I am open to receive with gratitude and trust. 3. Everything I desire is already finding its way to me. I am open.
So you know the cool thing about like magic? The cool thing about real magic is that there's no set numbers of doctrine. There's no set like doctrines that govern this. There's no sense. There's no like there's no governing body that says what you have to repeat or what you have to recite or which rituals you have to do or what kind of magic is going to be more effective for you. It really just comes from within you. It's all, the structures are all nothing is forbidden, everything's permitted. Like it's all just smoke screens. It's like there is no dogma to magic. You are simply having an intention in your mind. You have something that your will is shaping your reality towards, and that just means that you end up changing little things about your day. All that means is that you end up like you hand an old person a gift card for See's Candy, and they go and they buy See's Candy, and they have a happy life, and you feel better. You have a sense of joy because you helped someone for no reason. You just gave them something that they would enjoy for just to do it. And like that is magic. That's magic right there. That's all it is. Very, very simple. Very easy to define, very easy to see. There's nothing wrong with trying to be great. Yeah, I don't know that I ever said that there was.
To receive with gratitude and trust. 4. Everything I desire is already finding its way to me. I am open to receive with gratitude and trust. 5. Everything I desire is already finding its way to me. I am open.
I get that that's like to fat out the video because this guy needs like, whatever, 10-minute long videos or something like that. Yep, exactly 10 minutes. He needs 10-minute long videos to like fill, like to best suit the algorithm. So you got to have a 10-minute script. And if this was just like 30 seconds of saying, repeat this phrase 6 times, and you'll be able to achieve a state of higher prescience and be able to manipulate your own subconscious to work on certain things, and then did it, and that was it, then it would be a short. No problem with that, but like, I mean, it's all the red flags are here. It's AI slop content that is made to fit the YouTube algorithm. It's just clear that they kind of want to make money from this, which is fine. Get that bag. But like, I think there are more ethical ways to do that. It's motivational, so it's not bad necessarily in nature. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm neutral on this. I don't like the use of AI because typically AI is just based off of stealing other people's artwork. But other than that, I mean, people still use AI and they still get like millions of views. So it's not like it's a bad tactic to use. It's just somewhat unscrupulous. Master this lattice principle and watch reality change. So a lot of these guys died a long time ago. So, I mean, we can definitely check out some of these other videos, but I do want to move on to other creators. We'll leave the video up.
open
And
to
then
receive with gratitude
we'll
and
check out
trust.
more videos if we run out of
6.
stuff to look
Everything
at.
I desire is already finding its way to me. I am open to receive with gratitude and trust. Each repetition is not a statement, it is a transformation. By the 6th time,
So you get another denial and then a reaffirmation there. It does some single ones sometimes, LLMs, but typically it's two. It's two and then one.
you are no longer asking, you are knowing. Step 4, seal it with gratitude. Before opening your eyes, pause. Take a deep breath. Gratitude is the bridge between intention and reality. Say quietly with me, thank you for the abundance that is already mine. Feel it. Live it. Gratitude shifts you from waiting to receiving. When doubts arise, and they will, return to this knowing. It is already done. This process is a powerful tool for manifesting the life you desire. The key is repetition and absolute trust. Practice it consistently, and you will notice opportunities, people, and circumstances aligning naturally with your intentions. Now tell me, what is the first thing you will manifest using this technique? Most people fail with mental techniques, not because they don't repeat affirmations, but because they interfere too soon. I learned early on that the moment you explain your intention to others, you drag it back into the conscious, analytical mind.
That's actually kind of a cool point right there. I disagree with it, but that's kind of a cool observation that he made, that like if you bring it into your conscious mind, then you're actively working on it, and then you're kind of like not letting your subconscious do the work for you. I don't think that's what this stuff is for. I think that you're supposed to let your subconscious bring things up to the forefront of your brain. That's kind of how you process shit. Like if you're grieving, like ignoring the sadness is not how you process it. It's confronting the sadness, and it's confronting the reason why you're sad, because the person or the loved one or friend or whatever is gone. Like that's a normal part of this magical process that we're looking at.
Very level where doubt, judgment, and resistance live. That is why I always taught silence. Silence is not secrecy. Silence is protection. When an intention remains
And that's definitely that manosphere, the machismo coming out there, which is what these channels ultimately tend to be, is trying to groom a generation of young men into being apathetic and misogynistic. Not directly, but like by promoting ideas like, oh, hiding your emotions is protection. No, sir. Hiding your emotions it only serves to keep people unaware of who you are. And the best, if you are a shitty person, then yeah, you probably need that protection. But if you're a good person and you only want good things for other people, and you're the kind of person that people run to and not away from, then self-actualization is pretty important. So keeping your emotions on display is kind of one of the components of self-actualization and self-expression. And it allows you to better give pieces of yourself to people who deserve those pieces, and it helps you build better social relationships. That's why I have my first tattoo ever in my entire life was when I turned 18. The clock struck midnight. When I turned 18, I went right into the tattoo shop and I said, listen, I wear my heart on my sleeve all the time, but it always gets broken. I was a little kid at the time, not little kid at 18, but I was a kid at the time, but this is still true. This is still true. You wear your heart on your sleeve. Yes, it may get broken, but that's just part of life. And you're going to find that you have more fulfilling relationships with people when you do wear your emotions on your sleeve.
internal. It continues working below awareness.
And more solid
uninterrupted,
foundations to those
unchallenged,
relationships.
and untouched by the opinions of others. This is why results often appear suddenly, effortlessly, and without logical explanation. What happens next?
Yeah, I mean, that also is just the randomness of the universe at play there. Here's the secret to magic. You can do a lot of stuff, but sometimes it just won't work because there is randomness to the universe. And it's not because you did something wrong. It's not because you cast the spell the wrong way. It's because magic isn't real. And it's because as much as you influence your environment, everyone else is trying to do the same. And even indirectly, when they just are outliving their lives, people are influencing the environment around them in ways that you can't account for. And so if by way of butterfly effect, something interferes with your spell, that's just the natural world. That's just how, I mean, you can try. It's like gambling, right? Like you can account for as many angles as possible, but you're still not going to win every time. The same shit. It's indeterminate, it's indiscriminate, it's chaotic, it's erratic.
Is invisible, and that is exactly how it should be. While you go on with your day, your subconscious begins reorganizing perception, attention, and behavior to match the instruction you planted. You don't feel it working because awareness would only slow it down. This is why
Just not true. Just not true. Know thyself is a really important thing in chaos magic. Like, know thyself is a like one of the first things that they teach. see. What is chaos magic? Core principles of chaos magic. A brief history of chaos. So they go through like the essential stuff, and then they go. Wow, they do a lot on the history of chaos. Fractal logic, magical models, and then the chapter 2. After only this amount of pages, chapter 2 is about magic in the material world, which starts with a statement of intent and goes immediately to self-assessment. And the self-assessment part is very small, so I'll just read that. But this is one of the most important tenets of any kind of self-actualization or self-expression. In addition, chaos magic places an emphasis on self-assessment. Unfortunately, each individual's capacity for self-delusion and blindness to problem areas does not somehow cease when a certain level of magic proficiency is attained. It is always easy to ignore or sweep aside that which does not fit into our dominant image of selfhood. In some magical or mystical systems, the responsibility of assessment is shifted onto a master or guru, someone who is supposed to have special insight into one's character and know what is the right thing for the student to do next. Within the chaos approach, responsibility for action and movement rests ultimately with each individual. Certainly you may seek advice or different perspectives through any means open, from consulting with spirits, divinations, or asking your friends what they think, but the responsibility lies with you. The ability to examine your behavior, thoughts, and feelings with a degree of dispassion and objectivity is a skill with which, once you begin to use it, can be applied in any area of your life. This really is just a how to live life book. What's your favorite type of magic? I'll give you one guess. So yeah, it's more about how you yourself affect the world around you rather than some mystical force. And I think some people don't really understand that, especially like the TikTok magicians that you see sometimes. Like they think that they're actually doing hippie woo-woo stuff, but they're not doing hippie woo-woo stuff.
People don't just speak in...
This video is relevant. I promise. And no, I don't think this is AI. But this video is relevant, and I'll tell you why after we watch it.
sentences. They speak in layers. Layer 1 is what they say. Layer 2 is what they mean. Most people miss out on connection and misread others, not because they don't care, but because they only listen to layer 1. Here's why this matters. If you only listen to the words that people say, you're going to constantly miss out on the deeper meaning being hinted at underneath.
Not always the case, because sometimes people like me with their brains wired weirdly are going to tend towards the side of saying exactly what they mean, and maybe not every time. So it's going to be inconsistent.
And that's where things start to go wrong. You misread people, respond slightly off, and make the wrong assumptions, all of which creates tension, confusion, and distance in your relationships and interactions with others. So in order to skyrocket your social
Yep, one small mistake can very easily cause a conflict.
intelligence, read people so accurately they low-key think you're CIA, and to just become that person other people describe along the lines of, they just get me, you know, I love being around them. Then don't just listen to the sentence, listen past it. Here's exactly what this looks like. First example, layer 1 sentence could be, you never text me first. Below the iceberg, layer 2 deeper meaning could be, I feel unimportant, I need reassurance, I'm scared you don't care. Second example, surface, layer 1 sentence could be, do whatever you want. Layer 2 could be, or deeper meaning could be, I'm frustrated and feel unheard, I've given up arguing, I want you to...
So what is this on the surface? Can you tell what this has to do with magic? If there's a through line, but consider what this might have to do with the concept of magic.
Choose me without me forcing you.
And I mean, I kind of gave it away when I said that know thyself is one of the primary tenets, so connect the two.
One sentence, look at the sunset. Layer 2, deeper meaning, share this moment with me.
I'll give you a hint. It's not just this video that we're looking at in terms of what it means for our understanding of magic is not about others, it's about yourself.
So now you understand the key to skyrocketing your social intelligence is to listen.
The billion will
for layer
manifest
2,
soon.
Which
If
leads
we
us to the most
manifest
important
it.
part of this whole video.
If we try really, really, really hard.
Here's how.
I think most people with a basic introductory knowledge of psychology know those things. People may mean something else when they say something. We're talking about intention.
Hear, sense, check. Let's take the example of someone saying to you, you've been busy lately. You know, maybe it's your partner or
intention
someone
and
close to
knowing
you.
oneself.
The bad response would be to instantly bite back and
How
get
does this connect
defensive.
to magic?
You know, by saying, that's not true, we spent last weekend together. That's just going to create more distance and tension between you both. The better alternative is, first of all, hearing what they're saying. Stay on layer
Called active listening. And yes, active listening can come with clarifying questions.
1 for the moment. What is the sentence that they're actually delivering to you? In this case, it's you've been busy lately. And then you move into step number 2, which is to sense. Here you're piercing into layer 2, you're going deeper and you're...
What are they saying? What could they be saying when they tell me that you've been busy lately?
in the realm of where your social intelligence is hiding. You ask yourself, what could they be feeling for this to make sense? You know, in the moment, just take a second to have a think
Very
about
simple.
it.
And also, you can do that actively. You can do that in response actively to, like, with the other person that you're talking to. You can be like, what I'm hearing you say is, and then you say what a summary is of what you believe that they were saying to you, and then you can try to say your own point. Whether or not that's true would be the ball is now in their court.
What could they be feeling for this to make sense? And what you'll find is that beneath the layer one, you know, in the iceberg, the thing that this person is actually hinting at will be one of three or all three of these things. An emotion, so for example, I feel lonely. A need, for example, I want more connection. Or a request, please change something. The emotion that the person feels is the problem. The need is the solution to that problem. So going back to the example of this person saying to you, you've been busy lately, they could be feeling lonely, want attention, and then, or they could be feeling lonely, need attention, and want you to give it to them. So the layer two message that they're...
None of which are on their face bad things. These are all things that people need all the time and just sometimes have trouble expressing to each other or themselves.
hinting at beyond you've been busy lately could be I miss you. But who knows? You could get that assumption completely wrong, which is why the final and foolproof way to make this a complete system,
which is the active listening part of the thing that I was describing just now, where you say what I hear you saying is, and it might be, so he's actually turning it into something that he crafts specifically, like it seems like you've been missing me a bit. I guess, you know, I mean, I guess. It's fine if you craft your own thing for it, but the point of all of this is to essentially understand how you're assessing and interacting with the world around you, or yourself.
Is to check.
I'll be right back.
You deliver your assumption and your guess to this person in the form of a sentence like this. Seems like you've been missing me a bit. You use the phrase, it seems like, to make it clear that you're assuming. Seems like you've been missing me a bit. Then you follow it up. Is that right? Is that what you mean? Am I understanding you properly? And then you let them respond. Here's the key takeaway. Most people listen to reply. Socially intelligent people listen to decode. Now, this is the main takeaway I want you to have from this whole video. So if this all makes sense, then feel free to bounce, you know, click off the video right now. But if you want to go a few minutes deeper, then here's what we're going to wrap up this video with. Next of all, we're going to cover why people don't say what they mean in the first place. You know, why do we talk indirectly most of the time? And then finally, we will finalize with covering what all of this actually unlocks. You know, the big benefit that we get from applying this new way of being socially intelligent. Okay, point number one. First of all, let's quickly touch on why people don't say what they mean in the first place. Now, there are three reasons why we communicate indirectly most of the time. And by the way, when we say communicate indirectly, what we mean is not saying what you mean. The first reason as to why we don't say what we mean a lot of the time is because it feels risky. Saying I feel lonely feels much more exposing than saying you're always busy. So it's a form of self-protection. The second reason is because it's softer. Your brain knows that if it makes direct requests of people most of the time, they're going to get triggered. You know, do this, do that, bend to my will. So it insinuates, and it hopes the other person picks up on the bait that you're leaving them. And
Are you a magician or a sorcerer? Neither. Also, when they were burning Pepe for witchcraft, is this what they were doing? You mean were they trying to assess him? Were they trying to assess what he meant while they had him on the stake? They were like, what did you mean by self-actualization? That's heresy! Pertaining Delphi was the first intelligence agencies that were organized and covert and acted as an information exchange mediated by the Pythia. What?
and vice versa whenever people do it to you.
I think maybe he said something that I had missed, which is what you're referring to.
No, do this. Oh, could you maybe? Yeah. The final reason is because most people don't even understand it themselves. In other words, most people's words come out sideways because they don't even understand their emotions, needs, or requests.
Keep thinking about how this relates to magic. I cannot stress this enough. This is relevant, and this does have a very direct impact on how you, the viewer, can cast magic spells. All right?
In the first place, so they don't actually know what they're trying to communicate to you, which is why everything comes out in an unconscious, clunky way that requires more investigation to actually get clear on what this person is feeling.
Think of how much a comprehensive mental health care for people would help with this whole like not being able to perceive, you know, of what you mean.
Needing and requesting, and again vice versa, because none of us are perfect. Now that's that covered very simply.
I'm perfect.
Let's wrap the video up by covering the real thing that social intelligence, you know, in this way of communicating, getting to layer 2, unlocks when it comes to the depth you can build in your relationships. Most of what people say to you isn't information, it's a bid for connection. Tiny little moments where the person is subtly hinting at the message of, will you meet me where I'm at? To go to return to an example we covered earlier with my wonky birds, the sunset example. Two friends or a couple are walking along a hiking trail, and one of them says to the other, "Oh, look at the sunset." The layer 1 message is, of course, look at the sunset. The layer 2 deeper meaning below the iceberg, it's not about the sunset at all. It's share this moment with me. I'm appreciating something and I would like you to be looking in the same direction so we can share this moment together.
I want to see if they actually talked about it.
By listening to layer 2, what you really unlock is building connection with people. The people who you really care about, and new people in your life as well. But if you don't listen for layer 2, if you don't capture these bits of connection, nothing really breaks, but nothing really builds either. So the bottom line is, most people think communication is about saying the right thing. But the truth is, strong relationships are built on not missing these bits for connection. By the way, this idea comes from the psychologist, I believe, John Gottman. Not my idea, it's from him. Now, here's the summary. The bottom line of this whole video is that most people misread others and miss out on connection, not because they don't care, but because they're just listening to the wrong layer. So, in order to skyrocket your social intelligence and decode people, CIA and all that stuff, I promised, don't just listen to the sentence, listen past it. Get to layer.
If you don't have this,
so my mini experiment
if you don't have
this video is try the loop.
Buy it right now.
Of social intelligence on one person. Hear their
Why
sentence,
are we going back into Christmas
sense what might be underneath it,
insane.
and then double check that with them. And then circle back to the comment section and let us know how it goes if you want. If not, no worries.
So, I'm going to spoil it for you. If you're not going to guess, guys, come on, you're supposed to be guessing. You're supposed to be guessing how this relates to magic. How does this relate to magic? Guess! So yeah, the Illuminatus trilogy is absolutely something that you need to be reading if you are into any kind of like Discordian texts or anything like that. Crazy good. Crazy good. I would highly recommend it. There was an ant that got smashed in here. Oh no. So yeah, Illuminatus Trilogy and Condensed Chaos, those are definitely books I would recommend for anyone who wants to learn how to affect reality with their brain. Shouldn't have to guard this. She should definitely have been trained by now. She definitely should have been being trained by now to not vulture her sister's food, but she definitely still does. She is absolutely a fiend. Because it's, with Aleister Crowley was, when Aleister Crowley was doing magic, is this what he was doing? I guess. He had his own brand of mysticism that he was like, I think he called the Hermetic Order. And, something about the principles of Set or something like that. I don't remember. But no, he was much more into like Egypt and like sex magic and stuff. A little bit different. But Discordian, so still Eris and you know, Evil Eye and shit like that. So stuff you were talking about earlier, but much more sensual. You know, we're bringing moon gods into reality, not necessarily, you know, harnessing the power of imaginary demons to make us more attractive to women. What about the Mary Ann Atwood book? I don't know. I'll have to check that out. I'll have to type it in. What is it called? Do you have a name? Mary Ann Atwood. Hermetic philosophy, inquiry into the Hermetic mystery. Yeah, I mean, I'm not into like the philosophical breakdowns. I don't know if that's what she's doing. Inquiry into the Hermetic mystery kind of makes it seem like that. Much more into the practice itself. And hearing about like the accounts of people who do the magic. Alright, so this guy in the Metallica shirt is going to teach us how to use breathing techniques to release DMT. Now, my understanding about dimethyltryptamine. My understanding is that we do produce a small amount of it in our bodies. Is that correct? Possibly the human body. Okay. So no? Does the human body make DMT? The substance DMT is known to be a psychedelic with hallucinogenic properties and is delivered or believed the human body synthesizes the subject or substance endogenously. Okay, now I have to look up that word. Endogenously. Form of endogenous. Having an internal cause or origin. Oh, well, that's pretty simple. I don't know that I believe it. I don't know that it's like a well-established thing. But I guess this guy's going to teach us how to produce it in our own bodies. All right? These breathing techniques are specifically designed to release DMT within our systems. All right? Get ready, guys. I hope you're ready to take the biggest trip of your life, because we're about to go there. All right?
Are talking about how to get high on your own supply.
How to get high.
Annual gland using.
Sorry, I don't need to be mean to this person. Even though they've got their dogs out, they clearly are well off enough to afford this haircut and the clothes, all nice and pristine and black, in a park in the middle of the day, which means you probably don't have a day job in what appears to be Southern California, Southern to Central California. I'm just gonna put that out there that, you know, maybe you might not be the one to teach me hippie woo-woo stuff, but maybe that's how you got to where you are. Let's find out.
These are ancient techniques I have used for massive benefits. I will walk you step by step how to do them, and then you can do them yourself and see if it works or if it's just a mumbo jumbo. This is Clark from Refusing to Settle. Let's go.
All right, and he garbles his own. Oops, I struck the mic there. Sorry about that. He garbles his own channel's name, and then he says that these breathing exercises will teach us how to get high on our own supply. I'm ready. I don't like how good his skin is. That's just a personal assessment. Just not a fan. Think he's maybe either had some work done or he's taken way too good care of his skin, probably using like some pretty expensive stuff. Makes his skin look too smooth. It's like a raw chicken breast, you know. It's just it's weird. You should look rough. You should look like you've been living a life. Should have a little.
I'm
should have a
so
little,
excited
like,
to share with
beat
you these
up on
breeding
you.
techniques. I thought about making a video on it a while ago, and I'm like, maybe people won't be into it. But my whole job with this channel really is to share what actually works and cuts through the noise around, you know, all the stuff out there floating around. Like, I want to give you the stuff that actually works and has a benefit in your life. And I have never encountered a technique or something that you can do.
Then how are you not fucking tripping right now? How would you? Why wouldn't you just be doing this all the time so you could like see God or the Gremlins or whatever? You know, like what? Wouldn't that be something that you would do just constantly? Just always be breathing to release DMT into your system? Or are you one of those fuckers who tries to pretend that they microdose? Like, look at you. You've eaten some shrooms, man. You've definitely eaten shrooms. The ancient magic can't be the same thing as the new age. They wouldn't have burned them for self-help tips. Right. It's masked in mysticism, but it is just self-actualization.
Like breathwork that instantly changes your states. Okay, you ever have those times where maybe it's before a date, you get really nervous, right? Like I've done these breathwork exercises before dates and it calms you down. Or before interviews, if you really have to perform, right? Or you have to like get this energy and you're just feeling out of it, or you have brain fog, or you're stressed, or you're thinking about 50 different things.
Okay, so apparently just bog standard meditation releases DMT into your system is what this guy is saying. I'm gonna call it now. I'm calling it now. This guy is literally just saying that regular meditation is going to release DMT into your system. The reason why you feel so calm after you do all these like heavy breathing things before a date or anticipation for something is because you're releasing DMT into your system, guys. You didn't know it before, now you do know it, so you can start acting like a stoner before a first date. Right? There you go. That's a technique. It works.
Things, right? These techniques instantly instate. Or maybe you're someone who like wants to meditate. You're all about the benefits of meditation, right? But you have this internal resistance, like I don't want to sit there and do nothing. I've actually used these breathing techniques before my meditations, and it makes it so much easier. It's such a game changer, okay? And the best part is that this stuff is free. All right, this is literally free for you to use. It takes like 10 minutes, and if I said there was a magic pill that's free, and in 10 minutes you'll feel amazing flying high, I mean, we'd have lines out the door, and pharmaceutical companies would be trying to patent it and do all this stuff, right? But this is literally free. And one more thing before we geek out here, and I'll actually show you this on camera with you, and I'll post in the comments a timestamp if you want to come back to this video of where you can actually start doing these breathing techniques so you can come back to this video and use it time and time again, okay? You might be thinking, okay, well, look, the title says DMT. How the heck does this secrete DMT? Well, I was reading the book Becoming Supernatural by Joe Dispenza. We actually did a book review. If you want to check it out, I'll link it down below. And it talks all about, in one chapter, the pineal gland in your brain, okay? It's on the brain stem. It's about, I don't know how big it is, the size of a pistachio, some estimated on. I'm not a neuroscientist by any means, but it has all these different intricacies with it. Like there's crystals on it and all this different stuff. It's really, really cool. That's a great book that goes into depth. But one of its jobs is secreting hormones. And one of the hormones that it secretes is DMT. I'll put the scientific name right here. And this is released. It's the most powerful psychedelic compound known to the human body. This is secreted, people say, when you are born and when you die. Okay? And some people having out-of-body experiences too. They experience this, like, I'm seeing all these things, this feels real. Well, that's going back to the DMT. It's also secreted during psychedelic ceremonies. If you're doing plant medicine or ayahuasca in the blasting off in an Amazon jungle, you know, you can open this up as well. And that's why you get all these visions.
Use a term like
so
that
you
while you're
naturally
trying to be
secrete this.
fucking poetic
And using
about
this
it.
breath
Yeah,
work, it's been said to have
that makes
similar
it so much
effects
better.
as psychedelic drugs. You can get high on your own supply. And look, I'm not making this video so you just sit there and get high all day, right? But it feels good, okay? And
makes
whether
it
it's the
believable.
exact thing and the exact amount or whatever, that's kind of a side note. This stuff works and it makes you feel awesome. We're gonna get into the techniques in 2 seconds, but before that, I want to give you a couple quick disclaimers. Okay, the first one is I am not some guru. I'm not some yogi. I did not study with monks in the
Oh, okay, so we shouldn't be listening to any fucking word that you're saying at all. Okay. There you go, guys. There it is. He's not a professional. He cannot verify any of the claims that he's making. I know that that's him trying to say that you can't sue him, but we're also not supposed to be taking anything you say seriously though, right? So why are you saying this before you do all the instruction? To each their own, you know.
Himalayas wearing orange robes. I'm just a normal guy. I run a business at home and I get
quirky.
stressed from time to time, and I found that this is the one thing that helped me. So look, whether there's other people or
Right.
other information out there that I'm
Right. So instead of saying this worked for me, what you're doing is you're talking to 1.94 million subscribers and you're trying to talk about how you can release DMT into your own system through breath work. You're not saying that you actually did it. You're saying that this breathing helps you feel less anxious. Where's the fucking DMT in all this? The only thing that ever says anything about DMT is when you're talking about the pineal gland and how it releases small amounts. But how are you going to utilize that with one regular breathing technique that is very just congruous to meditation? People could just have been doing this all along, and maybe they were breathing wrong or something, but I never had no DMT released into my system, I can tell you that much.
not covering.
Unless
Feel
I was introducing it myself,
free to post it down below.
hypothetically.
This is just
TOS.
Just what works for me. And people get caught up in the names and, okay, what do you call this? Is it Wim Hof? Is it Ayurvedic breathwork? Is it pranayama? Is it breath of fire? And like, that's all semantics. Okay, this stuff works. And if you're breathing, don't worry about doing it right. Okay, just do it. And if it feels good, keep going. That's the name of the game, all right? The second is if you
Bit of a disturbing window into his personal life. Fucking gross, dude. If it feels good, keep going. Fucking gross. Don't ever say that, like, as a philosophy for anything. God damn. Either that or just change your phrasing. Jesus. I wouldn't recommend that anybody take on the philosophy for life. If it feels good, keep going. I would not recommend that. I would say that that's risky at best. Risky. Don't just keep going if it feels good. Don't just you got to consider all the other things in addition to whatever it is that you're doing. Okay? So please don't do that. Don't listen to this man.
If you have any pre-existing health conditions, I just want to give a medical
Hardcore
disclaimer.
drugs
Please check with a professional. It's not medical advice. And if you're prone to seizures, you might want to sit this one out.
Says
But for
you,
everyone else who
Skippy.
doesn't have that and you want to do this breathing exercise, like I do every single day, just go easy on yourself at first. Okay, don't try and really just like go 0 to 100. Like you'll see, it can be kind of intense.
You know, don't beat it up. Don't beat it up. Don't stretch it out. Don't pull on it. Don't twist it. Just treat it gently and it'll treat you gently. We're talking about breath here, right?
And feel kind of awkward and weird, and you're like, am I doing it right? This feels interesting. Like I've never done this movement with my body before, and that's totally fine. Just go easy at first, and then as you do it more and more every day, you get confident and you can up the ante. And
Do you see the quality of this man's skin?
body before, and that's totally fine. Just go easy.
He's definitely in his 30s. So according to this man, we should never stop. Not if it feels good. I'm going to say, oh, on that one. You should definitely stop if there's something that you should stop for. Even if it feels good. Like, let's say, protecting your life. You know, if drugs are starting to have an effect on your everyday life and you're starting to get addicted, maybe you should stop. Maybe that's not good. You know? Maybe if you're having indecent encounters with the secretary at work when you're a happily married father or whatever, probably don't keep going. Because that probably feels good, but don't keep going. That's a bad idea. You know what I mean? But look at this man's skin. Do you think he owns stock in Proactive? Or do you think he just spends tens of thousands of dollars a year on skincare products? I'm going to guess skincare products. Driving this car hammered feels good. I shouldn't stop. I mean, yeah, especially that. I mean, that's a really direct impact on people's lives right there.
Easy at first, and then as you do it more and more every day, you get confident and you can up the ante. And lastly, of course, smash the heck out of that like button.
Oh yeah,
like,
guys.
appreciate ya.
Guys, hey, I'm going to take this opportunity to tell you to smash the heck out of that like button. Smash the hell out of that subscribe button. Assault that icon that tells you when I'm going live and shit. Head on over to Twitch and fucking fudge the face of that follow button. You better do it. You better do it right now. Smash it. Well, crack it, I believe is what the kids are saying these days. Crack it. Crack that like button. Crack the subscribe button. Get the follower button bricked up, and then crack it. I'm an old man, so if I used any of those terms incorrectly, shut up. I'm an old man. I get to do stuff like that, all right?
And subscribe for more videos if you're not already with the bell notification set to on. If you are subscribed, double check that they're on. And without further ado, here.
Don't fucking tell people how to use YouTube, all right? Don't fucking do that, you fucking cyberbully. God damn you.
Is what we're going to do with these breathing techniques. We're going to do the first round. All right, this is the Wim Hof breathing exercise. You're going to do 30 inhales, and then after we do the 30 inhales together, okay, so I want to break this down step by step. So you go and letting go, and I'm going to guide you through this. After we do those 30 inhales,
It really doesn't matter what type of breathing techniques that you use. Anything that helps you achieve a state of calm is usually for the best.
we're going to exhale all the air and hold for 1 minute. Okay? I'll have a timer and everything for you. So you're going to hold for 1 minute. After that minute, you're going to do 2.
See what I mean? Do you remember what I told you? Do you remember what I told you at the very beginning of this stream? I said that magic occurs, higher states of awareness occur, prescience occurs went through deprivation, through you deprive yourself of air, you deprive yourself of sensual delights, you deprive yourself of sleep, of food, all types of things. Oxygen is just one of them, but that he's describing trying to get to a state of gnosis.
Inhales. And on that second inhale right here, you're gonna hold
It's like Lamaze
for
breathing.
30 seconds. All right, so here we go. And we're starting in 3, 2, 1. Deeply in, letting go. Deeply in, letting go. Deeply in, letting go. And keep that rhythm going. You're doing good. Good. Breathing in and letting go.
So you're depriving yourself of senses, you're depriving yourself of immediate awareness. I feel my head getting light.
You're doing great.
He's on a golf course. So, how to achieve a state of oneness, how to achieve a state of gnosis, is to be rich, don't have to go anywhere or do anything during the day, long enough that you can spend this time out here making videos on a golf course lawn, and that's how you do it. That's how you do it, guys. Do a bunch of funny breathing, and there you go. DMT is released into your system. Just be rich enough that you don't have to actually go to work or spend time with loved ones or anything like that, and then you too can achieve a state of oneness. The golf cart going by is just
Breathing in, peace.
Wait, whoa, hold on. Are you cutting? Whoa.
Breathing in, peace, and opportunity.
Okay, it's multiple carts. I was like, whoa, hold on a sec. It looked like that cart just teleported. Do you see that? It looked like it teleported straight through him. Whoop! Oh no, sorry, there's one. Okay, one, and then whoop. There we go. That was... I was almost very confused. I know I still
Breathing
am.
in, peace,
I was
and opportunities. Exhaling, fear, doubts. 10 more, here we go.
No, see, now you're putting some weird shit. You're tacking that on. Okay, now let go of all of your stress. Let go of all your thoughts. Stop that. Stop telling people how to achieve this heightened state of awareness. It's supposed to be every single person's journey. The phrase is know thyself, not know everyone, not know everyone else, not know other people. It's know thyself. Do what thou wilt, not what others will.
Deeply in and letting go.
As we continue to watch this, you may notice that I am turning the face cam off. It is for a very good reason. It is just because I medicate with the Cannibas. If you also feel you would like to do the Cannibas with me, you don't have to, but feel free to sync up. I'm gonna let it play, and I'm still here. I still sees ya. I still hears ya. And I'm just about to crush this. I'm about to smash the hell out of this bowl. I'm about to smash the crap out of this bowl. I'm about to do some of the stickiest freaking rips that you've ever seen in your, never not seen in your entire life.
And 5 more. Deeply in, letting go.
Like he's definitely had Botox. Like this is a man who has absolutely had Botox. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but if he was to, like, lie about it, then you'd have him cornered. What about Gnosis now, huh?
Deeply in, letting go. Last one, deeply
All right,
in,
everybody, smoke this bowl in 3, 2,
Deeply in,
1.
and
Cheers.
letting go,
Smoke them if
exhaling
you
fully,
got them.
And hold for 1 minute. Feel the peace in your body. Let yourself relax fully. Sinking
Your
deeper
body
and
would not be
deeper
feeling peace at that
into
moment.
a chair, or floor, or ground. You're doing awesome.
I love that affirmation.
And we got 15 more seconds. If you need to breathe sooner, that's totally fine. We're gonna inhale in 3, 2, 1. Deeply in for 1, letting go. Deeply in and hold for 30 seconds. Feel the peace throughout your body. Just stay here, fully in the moment. And 3, 2, 1. Exhale fully, return back to normal. Great job. How you guys feeling? Calmer? Less stress?
Ever
More
consider
energized?
meditating instead?
All those things are
Sadhguru,
natural. You
who
get
said you can
tingling
get
in hands
high
or
with
feet
just
when you're doing it, that's
meditation,
fine.
like
Also,
weed.
it's a lot of feeling with that one, okay? So if you want to hold
no,
for
you
longer
can't.
and that feels good, do it. If you need to breathe sooner and that feels good, do it. And work your way up over time. Here's round number 2. This one's called, I call it the snot rocket. It's a very official ancient term, all right?
I mean, just very simply because, you know, cannabinoids and chemicals like that are like specific, and like they don't just get released in the body. I mean, we do release like trace amounts of some of those chemicals, but not enough to actually affect whether or not we feel high. You know, it's like microdosing, but on an even more micro scale. So, you know, I don't think you're using gnosis right. At least not what the gnosis, the Gnostic sects were talking about. Nope, it's definitely not what the Gnostic sects were talking about.
And because you're using your
It
nose,
is a state of heightened prescience. It is a state of heightened awareness, akin to lucid dreaming, and akin to the idea of astral projection. Yeah. I think, isn't that Pravda? I think I'm not informed on the Hindu stuff, but isn't that I think the term might be Pravda? It's like enlightenment. It's like a state of oneness, a state of, you know, I don't know. But like, I think if you wanted to look it up, you could probably look up something like Gnostic or not Gnosis meditative state or something, or I don't know. But when you achieve that state of heightened awareness, it is called reaching gnosis. 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 Gah. Hang on, sorry, I'm just cleaning this glass piece. Better to clean it now than have to use alcohol on it later.
and snot happens. We're gonna do 30 breaths, same thing, but it's a different breathing format, okay? So here's what we're gonna do. On the inhale, you're going through your nose. You move your body.
Guys, I hope you're
So
trying
inhale,
this along with me so that
Inhale.
we can get high on DMT together.
The exhale through the mouth, okay?
All right.
Then on the last one, what we're gonna do is an exhale retention. So you breathe out, and you hold it.
Guys, remember that only breathing in this specific way, only doing this, only what he is suggesting, not anything else. He's the only one who knows how to do it. Don't dare try to tell him that this is just regular meditation. Don't you frickin' dare. All right? If you do, you're a meanie. Don't do it.
And I'll call it each time. Okay, so I'll guide you along with it. Don't worry about time or anything like that or counting your breaths. We'll do that together. Here we go. Here we go. We're starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. Keep going. It's going to be awkward at first. Sync your body movements with the breathing. You're doing fantastic. That's 20 breaths. Just focus on the breathing, and you're almost there. And keep going. You're doing great. You're doing awesome. Keep going. Just about 5 more. Here we go. And 2, 1.
Yeah, no, it doesn't have
Exhale
anything to do
fully.
with the nostrils.
All the way out. Blow it out. Keep going. And we're holding for 15 seconds. Feel free to move side to side. Loosen yourself up. And in 2, 1. Inhale and hold. All the way out.
Oh, I didn't mean to rewind that. Sorry, I meant to widen this window. Raw one, if you want to take a look at the screen here. In Gnostic meditation, a state of gnosis is an altered state of consciousness in which the mind is focused on a single point, thought, or goal, and all other thoughts are excluded, allowing direct inner knowing and insight. In Gnostic and mystical traditions, gnosis is direct experiential knowledge of the self, the divine, or a nature of reality. In meditation, the state is achieved by quieting the filter of the conscious mind so that the deeper layers of awareness can be accessed. This is not just intellectual understanding, but a lived, intuitive experience. Which is mostly anarchistic dogma when the church was centralizing. That will get you lightheaded for sure. I like pickles on my sandwiches. I don't know if you guys knew that. I just wanted to say
Blow it
something.
out. Keep going.
Random fact about
And we're holding for 15 seconds.
I like sweet peppers. They're a good balance
Feel free to
between
move side
hot
to side,
and
loosen
like a
yourself
pickle.
up.
I think sweet peppers are.
And in 2, 1,
They don't agree with my
inhale,
stomach sometimes.
and hold.
You know, like I get
Feel free to hold for as long
like
as feels good for you.
tummy
If you need to
aches.
exhale,
And I get
that's fine. If you want to keep holding,
acid
pause the video.
feeling, like I don't know, acid reflux. I don't know if it's acid reflux
And
or
exhale that
heartburn, but I
fully.
get that.
Let
And,
the
like, it
breathing
just-
return to
it feels
normal.
like it's,
Great job.
like,
You crushed it.
burning right
Awesome.
here.
Round number 3. Ready?
know
Where the
why I
money
was
is.
thinking
All
about
right, going back to
sandwiches
Wim
just
Hof. We're
It's
gonna
actually Nacho Week where I live, and if you're not familiar with my mentions of food weeks throughout the year on these streams, it is a food week that's put on by a local like free paper. They basically just advertise to restaurants, and they like buy a slot, and they get advertisement. And they get to do like a special for like $10 or $8 or whatever. Brings new people into the restaurant. You know, lets you flex your creative muscles. Pretty cool. Win-win for everyone. But so like the food weeks are typically like there's one that's pizza week, there's one that's burger week, there's one that is dumpling week, taco week, wing week. What else? And then nacho week. And nacho week is this week. That's 5 days. 5 days of double booked nacho goodness. My wife and I are going. We went to 2 places yesterday, and their nachos are like a special for $10, and it was fucking huge. It was like a big plate. I think that because it's always been like $8 or whatever, and like I think they always felt like maybe they were underserving people, and so now it's like it's just this big pile of. I'm into it. You know, usually whatever my wife doesn't eat, I will absolutely polish off. But we went to 2 places yesterday, and one of the nacho dishes had mac and cheese on it. Very interesting. And we're going to 2 more places today, and my wife was like, please don't let them be as big of portions as they were yesterday. I was like, I'm gonna need a beer or 2 if they are, because we're gonna be there a while, and I'm gonna need to be able to savor my time and maybe get a little tipsy. I mean, that's the best way to eat nachos, right? Wings too, and pizza, and burgers. I guess beer kind of just goes with anything, doesn't it? I guess. That's why it's so hard to stop drinking.
do the same 30 breaths, deeply in and letting go. We're gonna
Some of
hold
those
for a
beers are
minute
so
and 30
freaking
seconds.
delicious.
Then we're gonna take 2 breaths, and then we're gonna hold for 45 seconds in, and then you're done. Round 3. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, and deeply in, letting go. Deeply in, letting go.
So do you guys feel high at all? Do you guys feel any DMT spikes or anything like that? Any ketamine or anything like that being released into your system? You're supposed to be following along with this guy. I know we've been pausing, but that means you're supposed to be holding your breath. I think I could hold my breath for over a minute. Do I have a... I think I have a stopwatch on these things, right? Stopwatch. Let me prepare myself. Wait, there's no way that I can prove that I'm not actually just breathing through my nose. I'm lightheaded now. Woo! I'm gonna do it anyway. Fuck you guys. I'm gonna do it anyway. I promise I won't cheat. I don't know how to prove that. Oh God. Oh, that was 1 minute and 45 seconds. My lungs, they felt like they wanted to die. Oh God. Oh, I don't think I had any DMT release into my system. I think I just feel like I want to pass out now. Oh, and I feel physically sick. Oh, dear God. Oh, it's a geek word? I know you probably meant to say a Greek word. Oh my God. Damn, my lungs were stressing. Woo! Derived from Greek, that's for a person. Of knowledge and gnosis, and the secret knowledge that would liberate you. The secret knowledge was that you're not from this place. Everything is a lie, and don't believe the Pope and the Emperor. No, I know about that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like archons and giants and Book of fucking whoever, the Lost Gospels and shit. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to. What? Fuck. Oh, here we go. Should have taken a hit before holding your breath so long. Then I probably would have passed out. Pretty sure that would have been a damn near guarantee at that point. But now I feel really good. You really should just like, expand your lungs every once in a while and just do that. It's it's good, just like exercise. I feel oxygenated. Which it does. It oxygenates your blood, right? I feel like I want to go swimming or diving or something.
Deeply in.
No DMT though. Sadly. I feel neither cannabinoids nor ketamine nor DMT flowing through my system simply from breathing.
Go. Awesome. Just keep that pace. And breathe through your belly. As deep as you can breathe. Remember, there's no right or wrong way to do this.
But
just know that as you're breathing, you are doing it the right way.
I mean, I'm sticking out my belly while I'm breathing. Yeah. I mean, I got a fat belly, so just lobbing
deeply in, letting go. Deeply in, letting go. Good. You're almost there.
All right, we're gonna fast forward to see if he actually just, gets high.
Get a fun practice. Okay, so a lot of times with we're gonna exhale in 3.
Hold on. Are you seriously about to suggest that you didn't just get high?
I will say, make it a fun.
Are you seriously about to suggest that you're not just gonna the video showing the thing that you're doing, that you're showing people how to do to get high on DMT through this, like that you're demonstrating the breathing from, you're doing all the same steps that you want somebody else to go through to get high on DMT from their own body producing it, and you're gonna fucking post that you didn't yourself just get high from that? Show your results. Show the fucking results. If this is an advertisement, fucking show the results of it. Like, show what, like, what the fuck? You're defeating the premise in the first place. Clark Kegley, go fuck yourself.
Fun practice. Okay, so a lot of times with meditation, what I found personally in my life, I don't know if you can relate to this, but I know I'm supposed to do it, I know how to do it, and I have this negative association with it. It seems like a chore. So what I did is I incorporated breath work at the start, and then naturally at the end, I'm much more likely to meditate for another.
Right. Why aren't you talking about mystical fucking god goblins right now? Why aren't you seeking out the corner people? Like, what the fuck? You just did these things with all conviction and all seriousness. You just did these things. So technically, by your own claims, you should be fucking high on DMT right now, my brother. Otherwise, this video means nothing to your 1.94 million subscribers. It's wild. It's wild that I'm struggling to hit 500. This guy exists? Well, you know, people like sensationalism and not informative bullshit. And I try to be edutainment, but it leans heavily on the edu part.
10 or 20 minutes. That's just a little hack there. It's the same thing. I think the more you link obligation to things, the less you want to do them because that inner child wants to rebel and doesn't like getting told what to do. I think that when you can link inspiration.
Yeah, that's what I was just doing to expand my lungs when I was trying to hold my breath. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to hold my breath for longer than like 30 seconds. I'm actually impressed. 1 minute 45 for something that I haven't really practiced in a really long time is, I'll say I'm impressed. I'm pleasantly surprised that I was able to hold my breath for a minute 45.
From it, or in
What's the average
this case,
these days?
respiration
I think
to
it's
it,
like
you're much
3
more
minutes,
happier
right?
and more willing to do it. So what I want to invite you to do right now is if you made it to the end of this video, post in the comments down below if this worked. How do you feel right now versus how you felt after? Give me a little update in the comments down below. If you did all 3 rounds or just 1 round, how do you feel right now?
The average person can hold their breath for about 30 to 90 seconds, with most people comfortably reaching around 1 minute. Okay, not too bad. I guess I'm at the top percentile. There you go. Not bad. I'll cop to it. I'll cop to it. Proof positive on the internet, although you can't verify that I wasn't breathing through my nose, which is the one flaw in that. But 145, not bad. I think probably the highest I ever got was 210. If I'm thinking conservatively. I used to swim a lot, but like I never like dove or anything like that, so I don't think that I ever had a cause to hold my breath for more than a minute. You know, if you're going down and see, looking at that, some fucking sea turtles or something like that. Hey, sea turtle! Hey, sea turtle! You want me to pet? No, you don't want to be pet. Okay, you don't want to be pet. No, I shouldn't touch nature. I get it. Why is he like a hot dog vendor from New York, swimming in the ocean? I don't know. I don't know what caused that. I don't know why he had that particular accent, but that's what I chose. So we're gonna stick with that. It's nice. It's nice to have a little bit of
and then if you
character,
come back to this video, drop
A hot
another
dog
comment
vendor
saying
could
this is your
go
second
diving.
time, third time, fourth time. I love seeing that
There's
down there
nothing-
below. It makes all this
nothing
worth
that
it.
says
Thank you
you
so much
can't
for
do
being here.
that.
I'm Clark with Feeling Settle. Have some fun.
You know. These 5 will make you rich. One of them is a Tony Robbins book. Why the fuck? Why isn't every single person who's ever gone to Tony Robbins' seminars or followed exactly his advice filthy fucking rich? They're all still probably well below the poverty line, my friends. You want to guess why? Because his advice doesn't fucking work. It's all just sales tactics to get you deeper and deeper into his bullshit funnel so that you keep giving him money and making him rich. God damn, Tony fucking Robbins. What a snake oil salesman. If there was ever like somebody who is like maliciously fake, it's definitely Tony Robbins. Sylvia Browne could be a very close runner-up. But I would say that trying to fool that many people like on that much of a massive scale probably outweighs the few times that Sylvia Browne like gave families of dead children hope falsely. I think that happened on TV twice. And one time she said that a couple's child was dead and she was returned to them alive but they had called off this. They were about to like call off the search. And then another time she was telling someone that her child who had been kidnapped was still alive and that she was going to be found safely near water, and she was later found in the forest dead. So Sylvia Browne is a close runner-up, but I think Tony Robbins has probably fucked more people over in his lifetime of bilking people for, you know, false self-help bullshit. It's a shame. He should feel shame for himself. Big time. And,
if you clicked on this video,
that's what they
I'm absolutely certain that you are about to start attracting massive amounts of wealth.
Holy shit. Say it is so. All right. Ibrahim, billionaire hypnotist. I think you're about to make me a very rich man. And certainly that I can rest assured that nothing you're saying is made up, fake as fuck or selling something of your own, I know that you're legit. You want to know why? I can see it in your eyes. Those are sex eyes. And I kind of want to swim in them. And I think that's probably going to make me way more likely to be hypnotized to become a billionaire than any old Joe off the street. Alright? Nobody's going to recognize you, but I see you. I see you, Ibrahim. Now make me rich.
Into your life. Now, how do I know this? I'm a professional hypnotist for millionaires and billionaires, and in this video, I'm about to hypnotize you through the screen right now to do the same and to start attracting massive amounts of wealth into your life.
Hell fucking yeah, dude. Hell fucking yeah. I'll kick you like $100 if you make me a billionaire. I'll kick you like $100. I think that's a decent, decent tip for showing me this. Oh god, the video's only 8 minutes long. Even a street magician's hypnosis tricks would take much longer than 8 minutes. The entire setup would be maybe like a half an hour. Like you'd want to get people ready for hypnosis. Like if you've ever seen those hypnosis shows on in county fairs or like state fairs, where they do that sort of thing. You would see that there's like they're picking people from the crowd, and then they got to get them ready. They got to talk them through like some of the exercises, some of the things, the breathing exercises, and the things that they'll be talking them through, like the visualization and stuff like that. And then they got to weed out the people who aren't susceptible to hypnosis. Any good hypnosis person would be like, okay, or hypnotist, if you want to be technical about it, would be like, totally, like, I understand that you're not susceptible to the power of suggestion, so we're going to take you out and we're going to replace you with somebody else. And they would go through like maybe 3 or 4 people, like rejecting, trying filtering them out. And then even during the show, like someone might just have like their heart rate changes or their breathing rate changes, or they're just too focused on the audience or something like that. But sometimes hypnosis, after they've gone through several different potential people, still won't work on them. So there's still some people who just have to kind of play along, and that kind of like it sort of offers a lens into how fake hypnosis is. But it doesn't really prove it fake. It just says like that it and fakery are kind of good bedfellows, because like people have to like pretend openly that they're hypnotized in some of these sensationalized instances. Whatever, it's besides the point. But I was gonna give this man $100. I was gonna give this man $100 to make me a billionaire. But his video's only 8 minutes long. I don't trust that is gonna be able to be the thing that hypnotizes me to become a billionaire. I was gonna give you money, man. I love those sex eyes of yours. I wanted to run my finger along those kissable lips and say shh, shh. Something like shh, shh. Something like that. I'm out of water. But like, and then I was gonna give you money for helping me to become Swaggy McNolegs. What's up, dude? And he was gonna help me be a millionaire, a billionaire even. All right, let's see what he's got to say. I guess he's gonna hypnotize us. Now, if you guys get hypnotized, let me know. Okay? Let me know. Type it in chat if you get hypnotized.
Now, you're probably thinking, what's this going about? I haven't done this before. Will this really work for me?
What's this gone about? Is that a way that people talk? And yes, I guess I am wondering, will this really work for me?
Yes, because you have been hypnotized your entire life unknowingly. The state of hypnosis is a state that you go in when you're scrolling mindlessly through your phone.
Oh dear God. He's just turning this into a philosophical diatribe. What the fuck? What? He's supposed to be hypnotizing us. Are you honestly going to try and tell me that someone who's claimed in their video title that they're both going to hypnotize me and turn me into a billionaire might be a liar? Why? How did that happen? He seemed like a reputable guy. This seems like a reputable channel. I mean, with such hits as... Hang on, I'm just going to take a look at his videos for a second. Hang on, here we go. The world's top therapist couldn't fix him, then this did, $450K a month. You know, and most popular being, I will hypnotize you to do the hard things you keep avoiding in 10 minutes. Okay, maybe, I don't know why I'm holding this book. I just needed to gesture with something. Maybe I'll do this. I'll gesture with this. This would be way more dangerous. It's where it's a thing that you put a mic on. I'll gesture with this, and then maybe I'll hit something. But you can't see it very well, you know. I'll put a toilet paper roll on it, so it looks like I'm gesturing with the toilet paper. No, because then it's gonna like. Then it's gonna. Oh, this is cool though. If you ever accidentally unravel it, you can just go like. I bet you guys didn't know that. I bet you guys had no idea. Now those... Oh, see, you can't see the rod. See, now those are sex eyes. Those are sex eyes. Don't tell me he doesn't have them, because you'd be lying. You'd be lying. Ibrahim! Give me them sex eyes, my friend. But why would he lie? Why would he lie about this? Let's let him explain. Let's let him just kind of riff on this a little bit.
It's just that your mind is being programmed for scarcity, for lack, for low confidence, instead of the wealth, the abundance, and the freedom that you actually want. So in this video, I'm going to hypnotize you for free, just like my millionaire and billionaire clients pay me tens of thousands of dollars to do so. So,
okay, I have an initial question. Why? Oh, I'm sorry. He's not actually talking to me in real time right now. But I guess other questions that I ask would what do you get out of this? You know, what is the impetus for you to do this? Like I have to wonder anytime someone starts a business or anytime someone like opens a shop or starts a website or anything like that, you I think initially, instinctively, I think maybe even in the back of our brain, our reptile brain, might just ask why. Why are you doing this? What's the purpose behind this? Before we go on these like millisecond long junkets in our brain about like, you know, the processing that we do before we even utter a greeting to somebody, we kind of ask, you know, what am I doing here? What is this business? What am I looking at? Right? Like we just trying to get a little bit of the perception, you know, a little bit of the perception of reality going. You know, we just want to kind of like explore our environment, see what's what, you know, and you know, it feels like I don't know. It feels disingenuous. Or disingenuous?
To do so. So, before we get started, if you're driving, operating any machinery,
I lost my train of thought.
Make sure to save. So, before we get started, free instead of the wealth, the abundance, and the freedom that
why is he doing this? I have to wonder. And the only things that I can really come up with are for money, for exposure, or for, I don't know, nefarious purposes. Maybe he wants to like try and hypnotize people the wrong way. I don't know. Like I'm just spitballing, honestly. But like, you have to wonder why somebody's doing something like this and then mentioning that it's free. So typically, I mean, the way that I would find out is I would take a look at his page and see if he's selling anything. Apply below to work with Ibrahim. I think that means to become hypnotized through the computer, because it looks like he does so through Zoom. And so yeah, it definitely looks like he's selling something, and so that's kind of the metric that I use when I'm judging whether or not something like this sounds a little bit too sensational to be true, but let's give him the benefit of the doubt and let's let him rock on.
You actually want
As
to.
the kids
In this
say.
video, I'm going to hypnotize you for free, just like my millionaire and billionaire clients pay me tens of thousands of dollars.
Sweet, sweet,
do
sweet,
so.
sweet, sweet,
So,
sweet, sweet, sweet,
before we
sweet,
get
sweet.
started-
It's been a minute, and you still haven't started in an 8-minute video. So my confidence is shaken, just a tiny bit, but I'm willing to bear with it here.
That's it. If you're driving, operating any machinery, make sure to save this video and come back to this point.
Okay, so then he gives a fucking liability waiver disclaimer. Like, dude, you know this shit's not gonna work, so why the whatever? It's to sell the idea, to sell legitimacy.
Portion for safety purposes, I have to get out of the way. And now that you're ready, I want you to just sit back or lay down, and all you need to do is two things. Focus on the instructions that I give you.
Right? I mean, you wouldn't be able to sit back or lay down in a car, so it's a good thing that you told people to save the video and watch it later. That is conscientious.
And two, relax. If you can do those two things and be open-minded to receiving in this video, I promise you that you will experience a change in the next few minutes. Now,
All right. Now I want you guys to take this seriously, okay? Come on. Focus up. Take it seriously, okay? Do not sensationalize. Don't make fun of this. Don't make fun of okay, I know that it seems ridiculous, but you know what? That's why they're the 1%, okay? Because the other 99% don't have the fucking grind set mindset, all right? All right? You got to have it if you're going to get it. Or else you're not gonna get it, and then you won't have it because you didn't get it. All right? I don't make the rules. I just tell them to you, to your eyes and your face. So take it seriously and be hypnotized, okay? Otherwise, you won't get $1 billion, and you're gonna miss out. You're gonna have FOMO. You're gonna be like, "Why did everybody else get $1 million? Why did Goose get $1 billion? Why did everybody get Maseratis?" Do you want a Maserati or not? Do you want a Maserati or not? Okay.
let's get started
Take it
together
seriously.
by taking in a deep breath through the nose, exhaling, relaxing through the mouth.
Wait, no. Why is
One
my
more time, deep
POV?
breath
I
in.
can't see you anymore. No. What are you doing?
On the
What are
next
you doing?
exhale, closing down your eyes, allowing
No,
your
no,
head to
no.
tilt forward.
I
and
can't
want
see
to
you anymore. I'm
fully
supposed to be
focus
focusing.
on the words that I'm saying to you and nothing else. I want you to imagine your eyelids are getting heavier. As you
Imagine.
start to imagine your eyelids getting heavier, it feels like there is a weight on your eyes. As
Okay.
you feel this weight on your eyes, you notice that your eyelids do start to get heavier, and as they get heavier, you feel more relaxed.
Okay.
Now, the more you try to think about opening your eyes, the more stuck that they become. And in a moment, when I say the word sleep, you will not actually go to sleep, but you will go into an even deeper state of relaxation into one
Okay.
and sleep. All the way down,
Okay.
all the way deep. With every word that you hear, you go 1,000 times deeper into this state of relaxation. And in a moment, when I start counting down from 10, every time I say a number, you will whisper the words.
I like the special
deeper
effect of the
sleep
swirly.
into your mind, starting now with 10,
Swirly. I didn't mean to interrupt.
9.
9. What are we counting down for? I wasn't paying
8.
attention. What are we counting down for? I wasn't paying attention. Is this for like
7,
when dudes like touch themselves? You've seen those
6,
videos, right? I haven't seen them. But is this one of those things?
5.
Is he trying to tell me to like
Letting the silence
what is happening right now?
take you even deeper.
Let what? Let what take me?
And as this silence continues to go deeper, any thoughts, fears, or worries have just floated out of your mind like a cloud. You are completely
I'm pretty
present,
anxious right now.
completely
I don't think any of that
relaxed. The
stuff's
body
flown
has
out of my
gone
mind. I
completely
think you're
heavy
just trying to tell me
and stuck
to
the surface
to
beneath
relieve
you. You are
myself.
just focused now fully on receiving these words and the programming in your mind being changed to that of somebody who easily and effortlessly attracts large sums of wealth into their life. You see, up
Like-
until
like an
recently,
actor?
limiting beliefs were in your mind that making money is hard, that you don't deserve money, that rich people are evil. Any of these old thoughts, fears, and limiting beliefs were programmed into you primarily in childhood, between 0 to 8 years old. And
Why
just
are
like
you
a child,
okay? I mean, I'm not gonna tell you how to do your job, all right? But if I was a hypnotist, I would kind of let people like kind of run with the narrative that I'm giving them. So like, imagine you're a wealthy person, that you have the mindset grind set that allows you to make billions of dollars. That's it. That's I feel like that's all you need. I think the rest is just kind of like common sense here. I don't think that you need to like preach to me about it. Like, why are you telling me why I don't have the grind set mindset, whatever the fuck? Why are you spending time doing that while I'm sleeping right now? Is this like you're trying to lecture me? Like, come on, man. Come on. Don't do that. Don't do that with your fucking sex eyes. I'm getting lost in them.
Well, that 8-year-old programming is outdated. And so I want you to now Control or delete that programming from
8
your mind.
years?
And as you press the delete button, all of that programming,
Wait,
you visualize
what?
it.
This was 9 months ago. 8 year. Is that what he said?
Like a child, that 8-year-old programming is outdated. And so I want you to now Control or delete that
8-year-old
programming from your
programming?
mind. And as you press the delete button, all of that programming, you visualize it going 10 million miles away, and it goes all the way into the distance until it's a tiny little dot.
He's
Now you
lost
imagine
me.
that programming
I'm
goes
not
black and white,
hypnotized. I'm clearly
and
not
squiggly lines
hypnotized
go
because
over
he's
it
fucking
like
lost me.
old TV static.
He
And
just
now
kept
the more
going.
you
I
think
didn't know
about
what he was
that
talking
old
about. I don't know what he was
programming,
counting
the harder
down
it
for.
becomes to recall or remember. It has been deleted.
I think he was trying to
You've
get
literally forgotten
sensual.
that old version of yourself, and now as you try and remember it or associate with it, notice you cannot think or feel like that version of yourself. It's literally changed right now in this moment. It is done and deleted. All you now know is that the version of yourself who is successful, who is confident, who easily attracts money into your life is here. Notice that you are actually a money magnet, and money flows to you easily and effortlessly. You literally just get money coming in from all directions unexpectedly. Doing the work in your business or your job to attract money is also easy. You get paid more for what you do because you are
Jesus
a money
Christ.
magnet. You are abundant. You come from complete
was
abundance
like
in
3
all
minutes
areas of your life. And as this abundance increases, you start to feel more gratitude for all of this wealth coming into your life. So much so that I now want you to imagine watching on a movie screen all of the things that you've always wanted in your life. The property, the car, the travel, the things that you can do for your family and loved ones with this newfound wealth. Notice how good that feels to have that life, how close it now feels to you. Bring it closer and closer and closer to you, and visualize that screen getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It gets sharper in HD. Notice the sounds, notice the feelings, notice where you are. Bring in all of your senses until you are literally living this version of your life. You see, because all realities exist at the same time. You are now just changing the movie that you are watching to that of your most wealthy and abundant self. Making money is literally the easiest thing in the world to do. You are deserving of that money. It comes to you easily.
All realities
and
exist at the
effortlessly
same time.
From nowhere. It's almost like
I don't know
you
if you
just
guys
play and have fun
are
and
aware.
money just comes to you. It feels so good.
But
Notice how good that
that
feels
is a fact.
to be in this playful state, this
According to
abundant
this
state,
man.
this grateful state. And the more you feel this, the more abundance that you attracted to, the more wealth that flows to you. And every single time you re-listen to this, you will immediately feel and tap into this version of yourself. Your state will come back to this anchor right now. As you take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, all of the positive emotions, the feelings, the anchoring of this moment get locked in. Every time you take a deep breath in, now you will feel this state. You will operate as your most abundant version of yourself. And in a moment, when you come back, I want you to type below exactly how this was for you so that you can affirm this new version of yourself that you have just stepped into. And in a moment when you open your eyes, you will feel amazing, confident, abundant, 10 out of 10, better than you've ever felt before. And you will share this with anybody who you care about who needs to also have this shift in 2, 1, eyes open, wide awake, wide awake. Welcome back.
I
Hope
love
you
how
enjoyed that
he
journey.
provides like visual templates to use so that you know like what he's saying when he says to wake up. Ring, ring, wake up, ring.
As you look around right now, this is the new version of you. It's great to meet
Oh,
you.
hey,
If you want to
thanks,
learn
new
more about
version
how
of
I
me.
do this with my millionaire and
What's
billionaire
up, new
clients, how
version?
this could work
What's
for you,
up?
to learn more about hypnosis, to keep getting into this version of yourself and leveling up more, just click this video on the screen. Speak soon.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Hey, man. I'm glad that you could teach me how to make $1 billion by not scrolling and just imagining that I'm a guy who makes $1 million. That's real edgy stuff. Real meaty and juicy, and
What if Earth is
it
actually
totally made sense. I think this is probably what you were talking about. Draw one.
hell? Look around at how chaotic the world is. What if hell isn't a place you go when you die? What if you're already...
Sorry, I know this is a non sequitur, but we're talking about magic, creating magic with the brain, and it started here. Not started here, but it started elsewhere, and then I stumbled on this one, and I think it was kind of like sort of what you're talking about, Rowan. I think they're talking about the Gnostic texts, but we'll see.
In it right here, right now. And if Earth is hell, well then who the hell is God? Wouldn't that make him Satan? This isn't my theory. This is literally what multiple banned books from the Bible say over and over again. I'm talking about forbidden gospels your pastor would rather burn than read out loud.
Seems like
John, the Gospel of Philip, the Gospel of Mary, on the origin of the world, the Apocalypse of James, the Secret Supper. These are ancient texts that were locked away because they say that God is actually the devil and trapped divine souls of light, that's us, inside bodies, inside of matter. Yeah, welcome to hell. And even heaven is part of the trap. You've heard of the 7 heavens, right? Those forbidden texts expose that they are actually 7 layers of hell, and Earth is just the very bottom of the abyss. But these texts also expose how language itself was hijacked to trick you into worshiping your captors. And you'll learn the secret knowledge that Jesus gave to see through the illusion and shatter the lies. So stick with me, because this could be the most important video you ever watch, and by the end of this, you're gonna wake the hell up. I'm Morg, I'm an ex-Christian exposing forbidden knowledge to wake the world up and make enlightenment go viral. Today, we're about to kick the gates of hell wide open and discover the truth about what Earth really is, and most importantly, what you really are. Okay, before diving...
So is that the secret book of John, the one beyond God? What is that? Sora. Man, people doing... This was one that I wanted to check out personally. I wasn't going to watch it on here. The phenomenon of people making, what would you call it? Making like Jesus content on ChatGPT and Sora is crazy. It just blows my mind. Like I don't have any kind of judgment against it or you know, any kind of comment on it. It just it's blows my mind. I didn't know that people were like that outwardly religious, that they just incorporated, I guess, you know, old ladies. But I mean, do they know how to work ChatGPT? Are we there yet? Technology, are we there yet, like technology wise, where the old people have started to figure out how to use LLMs? Are they the ones creating all the AI slop that's like the Trump is a pope and shit? I didn't even think about that. It totally could just be like all the old ladies. Yeah, the music definitely should not be that loud. Come on, music. You're supposed to be just hearable. I don't know why I'm lecturing the music like it's an impetuous child. Anyway, I was gonna watch that myself personally. All right, the non-BS guide to psychic protection. Most people think psychic protection is about visualizing white light, carrying crystals, and fearing negative entities. In this video, we take a grounded and practical deep dive into what psychic protection actually is, from emotional triggers and energetic boundaries to advanced methods to use in internal energy cultivation traditions. Maybe we'll learn something.
The Institute's FAQ series, where we answer some of the most frequently asked questions that our students have, as well as community members.
See, but then you get videos like this,
so the question for today
it's extremely low.
How can one protect themselves from people who are deliberately doing energy harvesting, as well as taking on other people's life force?
Right. If you missed that, we are about to talk about how to protect yourself from psychic energy vampires. I said psychic energy vampires. I don't know if you guys missed that. Psychic energy vampires.
So this is often a question that many empaths and sensitive people have, and you might notice this, that when you are hanging around in your social circle, that there's certain people that the more you hang out with, they enliven you, as well as other people, it's almost like they're sucking your energy out of you, and you just feel so drained afterwards. So there is a whole school of cultivation called psychic protection, and this is something that I try to incorporate in the Art of Chi program. However, before getting into psychic protection and the art of protecting your subtle energy body, I would strongly encourage you to actually do a self-assessment into your own black mirrors, or what you could consider as your shadow expressions. Because oftentimes, the reason why you're leaking out energy, it may not actually have anything to do with the person that is causing you to be tired, but rather you're simply getting triggered because of your own shadows. You know, the typical person that when external things happen to them, they almost have this external locus of control. They
Wow. What the fuck? What the fuck? Wait, he's lost me already. I don't know what he's saying right now.
anything to do with the person that is causing leaking out energy, or would strongly encourage you to actually do a self-assessment, try to incorporate in the RDC program, how called sucking your energy out of you. Notice this, that when you are hanging around in your social circle, that there's certain...
You've never seen an energy vampire. I'm sure that they exist, like, conceptually, philosophically, or metaphorically, but no, never if we are going by, We Live in Shadows. I think that's what the TV series is called. Please search Colin Robinson Energy Vampire. Dear God. I'm gonna look on YouTube. Colon. Yeah. That's exactly what I was talking about. Exactly what we do in the shadows. That's what it was called. Not We Live in the Shadows. What we do in the shadows. What we do in shadows. I don't know, whatever.
People that the more you hang out with, they enliven you, as well as other people. It's almost like they're sucking your energy out of you, and you just feel so drained afterwards. So there is a whole school of cultivation.
Yeah, I mean that's just because they take up mental real estate, and sometimes people have complex problems and trauma that they either choose to unload or allude to during conversations or whatever that lead to important and big conversations that can sometimes be emotionally and mentally taxing. But that's a natural process of just being somebody's friend, being there and listening to all that and taking in the info and trying to help them the best you can, or staying away if that's what it seems like they want. You just have to be able to navigate your way through life and through social interactions and maintain relationships in a balanced and healthy way. And a lot of people aren't really prone to that. A lot of people really have selfish ambitions sometimes, and it's not necessarily selfish like shellfish. It's not really selfish like intentionally, but it sometimes seems selfish because of just, they need to look out for themselves, and sometimes it means cutting somebody else off, or it means like, not listening to somebody else's problems. But as long as you're like trying your best, then you're probably going to do well at maintaining social relationships. But a lot of people don't necessarily know how to rationalize how to do that, like how to put that into action. Like they know what they want good relationships, but they just don't know how to do that. I get water. Chair travel. Yeah.
Called psychic protection, and this is something that I try to incorporate in the RDC program. However, before getting into psychic protection and the art of protecting your subtle energy body, I would strongly encourage you to actually do a self-assessment into your own black mirrors, or what you could consider as your shadow expressions. Because oftentimes, the reason why you're leaking out energy, it may not actually have anything to do with the person that is causing you to be tired, but rather you're simply getting triggered because of your own shadows. you know, the typical person that when external things happen to them, they almost have this external locus of control. They extend their desire to control beyond themselves, and they want to control other people. And when people don't do what they want to do, it exhausts them. Or if they have a lot of judgment that you project onto how other people should live their lives and why they're inadequate, and you have these egoic, judgmental perspectives onto others, it gets really exhausting quick. Especially if you're cultivating and you're on this path of ascension and you come in with this egoic sense that you're superior than other people and that the way you live your life, the way you cultivate is the only way to go about it, then
I mean, just wait till the dogs aren't barking anymore, you know? My old boss used to be an energy vampire. I quit after he tried getting me into a swingers bar. Yeah, that's definitely a level of relationship that I don't think that a lot of people should be having with their boss. Just as a rule, you know. Just as a rule. Just. Yeah, I mean, you did the right thing.
and there's all of these judgment that is going to loop back to you in a negative reinforcement, and you're going to feel the repercussion of that in your own exhaustion. Everyone has their own path, so it's not really up to you to judge how far you are along your path versus someone else, and even compare these circumstances. So if you feel like you're not doing that right now, then you want to look into protecting yourself, because people might be subconsciously or consciously stealing and vampiring out your energy. There's the conscious desire to pull people's energy.
Okay, so what we've learned so far is that energy is a real, tangible thing, just like, which is chi, I think is the proper pronunciation, or chi, or ki, in the Korean tradition, or Japanese. I don't remember the origins of a lot of those phrases, but I think that's what they are. But it is tangible. It is something that you can manipulate. It is something that you can harness. It is something that you can use to protect yourself and to yada yada yada, whatever. So I mean, that's I don't know how you would prove that. Hang on a sec, I'm adjusting this title. Save that. This is around the time normally when we change up the titles, so that I can try and see how many people I can grab from Los Algoritmos, which is the border city between YouTube and Twitch Town. That was dumb. That was dumb. But I guess I liked it. I found it charming. You know, it's like the kids that want everything you got and obsess over it. They develop into energy vampires. Yeah.
And now this is probably the most malevolent.
But this guy thinks that it's like a real phenomenon. That there's actually people who, either by accident or on purpose, can actually channel your energy into them to drain your energy from you. I don't know what this nebulous force energy does, but I think he's equating it with chi, because he says he works with the Chi Institute, I believe, and it helps people to harness protective psychic energy.
These are people that are trained in the energy arts in some capacity, and they crave this desire, and they believe that in order to actually get more energy, they need to pull it from other people. And this is really what we call black magic. If you study
so maliciously is how they do it, apparently. They are actively trying to drain the energy from their targets. Okay, so real actual energy vampires.
And the mechanism of how to do this, it's very obvious that those in power, this is what they're doing. They're harvesting one's energy. And the reason for that is because they don't serve this ascension path, they don't actually have connection to universal infinite energy and spiritual energy that one would have if they serve this streamline of ascension energy, whether it's the Tao, Christ consciousness, whatever it is. But
bunch of gobbledygook, just a bunch of nonsense, just so much fucking nonsense. Just what
have connection to universal infinite energy, and
what is that? What is universal infinite energy?
those in power, this is what they're doing.
Those in power. Okay, so those in power. What do you mean, authority figures? Do you mean God? Do you mean like religious leaders? Do you mean your immediate community leaders? What do you mean those in power? Do you mean the ones that are the energy vampires? Are energy vampires in power right now? Are they in administrative power? Are they in legislative power? Are they in military power? Are they in the room with us?
They're harvesting one's energy, and the reason for that is because they don't serve this ascension path.
What is the ascension path?
They don't actually have connection to universal infinite energy.
Apparently, Raul is saying that universal infinite energy is your life force. How do you know, and how do you quantify that?
And spiritual energy, that when
Spiritual energy is something that is just a belief by people who are religious. What happens if you don't, not religious, but spiritual? Like what happens if you don't share the same spiritual beliefs as someone who like earthbends? You know, does the earthbending fail on you, or does it work on you? But like, how does it work? I mean, I guess you don't have to believe in birds to know that they exist, but like, how does it? What are the mechanics of this thing, of this thing that we have here?
would have if they serve this streamline of ascension energy, whether it's the Tao, Christ consciousness, whatever it is, but you get this infinite source of flow.
I mean,
energy, whether it's the Tao, Christ consciousness, whatever it is, but you get this infinite source of flow, and your body no longer
flow, and your body no longer needs to see itself
that
as
constantly needs to be filled
finite bucket that constantly has to be filled
by
with
other people's
energy.
and you're able to pull that from the higher hierarchy that supports ascension, the process of expanding consciousness. You tune into that frequency, and
What the fuck are you saying?
constantly needs to be filled by other people's energy, and you're able to
Okay, hold the fuck on, dude. Hold the fuck on. You said you there was hang on. You had a whole like train of thought here. You're talking about those in power. Like it's all about like those in power use black magic to drain energy. Jesus Christ, dude.
consciousness, whatever it is, but you
And it pulls on your life force.
get this infinite source of flow, and your body no longer needs to see itself as a finite bucket that constantly needs to be.
So I think what he's saying is that if you're able to channel this energy, say like if you're able to listen to him and do whatever it is that he says that allows you to develop psychic protection for yourself, you don't have to see yourself as a empty bucket that needs to be filled by other people's energy.
And you're able to pull that from the higher hierarchy that supports ascension.
So it's because you're not on the ascension path, but if you're able to pull, I guess, that realization from the hierarchy
energy, and you're able to pull that from the higher hierarchy that supports.
If you're able to pull that realization from the hierarchy that supports ascension,
the process of expanding consciousness,
which is the process of expanding consciousness, and if you, and you're not what the fuck do you mean tune into that frequency? Like what does that we're talking about a path of ascension here, and now you're talking about frequencies.
Tune into that frequency, and you get that energy from that in order to do the service that you have, which is.
Okay, but you're not talking about anything specific. You're just saying a bunch of processes, but you're not connecting them in any significant way. You're not giving us any like subject to chew on. You're just saying process into process into process, which is a process that does this and into another process.
It's aligned to that purpose. Let's talk a little bit more.
Just nonsense. So just a big jumbled up, just fucking block of nonsense.
About psychic protection. Let me give you a couple of practical.
Dear God,
ways of
I
doing it.
am happy to talk about psychic protection. Yes, let's talk about the practical ways of doing psychic protection. I'm all in. I'm ready. I'm locked in.
So the first way of doing it is you simply just go into a meditative stillness, and when you have your eyes closed, you want to imagine this field in your body. So I've heard of different ways of doing it. You can imagine like a cone shape around you, a shape of light, or even like a beam of light coming down. Other people, I see them accessing it through their crown and using a pyramid scheme, and it seems to produce a bit more structure.
What the fuck? Why? What? Did you just hear what he said? So I mean, if we're thinking of like the giant funnel of scams, you know, like mysticism and people who like say they can talk to spirits, there's one of them. And then psychics, there's another one. Like, you know, there's a bunch of them, and they funnel into just scammers, right? It's an umbrella of scamming. And like finance schemes and pyramid schemes definitely fall into that umbrella, which I think is hilarious that he just passively said pyramid scheme. Like, you know, he's selling fucking nutrition bars out of his garage. you know he's trying to sell you that Ascension course so that he can make his fucking downline payments, you know. He's oh my god. And I bet you he wears this shirt when he does it. You know, for that increased down home credibility that he's doing psychic chi protection projections. Fucking Christ, man.
See them accessing it through the crown and using a pyramid scheme, and it seems to produce a bit more structure as a pyramid. And
I know that were he to revisit this, he would probably explain it by saying, no, scheme like a schematic, scheme like a schema, scheme like a layout for a belief, or like layout for a plan or an intention, you know, not like actually pyramid schemes. But it's funny to think that that's what he passively meant. And just didn't catch himself.
Each one of these protection fields that you can set up in the
just so
field,
comfortable with the idea of
different
scamming.
Qualities. The pyramid, it's much more grounded. Whereas if you
just shut up, dude. What the fuck? What? It's more like a pyramid shape, actually. And then in the same sentence, you say, actually, the pyramid's more rounded. So it's a cone? Oh, man.
More of a field of light around you, almost like a second skin. It's a bit more versatile. So you can work with different qualities of this, and essentially you want to just charge it up before a session. So the more intentionality you give to it, the more of your consciousness you can
But
focus
what?
on.
You haven't actually said anything specific. You haven't said anything specific. You're just saying these methods tend to assist. So it's like method into method into method into, and then he just never actually said what you're doing. He said that the people in power can pull your energy, drain it from you, because they're not on the path of ascension. And to get to the path of ascension, and then you just said how to get to the path of ascension, like 3 different ways, and now you're what? Now you're you didn't say anything specific. So what intentionality to what? To give to what? Did you ever try a Ouija board? Yeah. I've done so much Ouijaing, it's insane. I Ouija'd myself silly when I was a teenager.
So the more intentionality
My Ouija
you
board
give to it, the more of your
was
consciousness
worn out
you can focus on it.
by the
and
time I
even
was
your
done
ability
with
to focus, that's a skill set. With an advanced practitioner,
played
their
once or
field will be
twice.
much stronger than someone that's doing this for the first time. Energy goes where attention goes. So if you focus and you can have really strong visualization skills.
Energy goes where intention goes, guys. Energy, intention, they go into the same space. So they go hand in hand. All right, guys. Or what do you do to practice divination? Funny you should ask. Funny you should ask. Funny you should ask. That's a very good question, Raw One. It's a very good question. I thought that you had been around for one of my tarot streams. I thought that you've been here for that long. What do you think was the first stream you joined in on? What do you think was the topic? I could have swore it was tarot. Usually people who watch regularly join on either a religious topic or mysticism topic, spiritual topic, or political topic. I think all the people that used to watch for when I played video games, I think have watched less over time. which is fine. You know, people move on. And if you're watching for gameplay and you don't see gameplay anymore, then what's the point in sticking around? Je know what I say. Especially because like games are so much more accessible, that like a more broad swath of people enjoy that stuff. And so if you have like opposing political views from someone, you're probably never going to know if all they do is post gameplay content. And so it's accessible to a broader audience, but I made a promise to myself that I was going to be, you know, fairly transparent about my beliefs and values and stuff on here, so I want to hold true to that. Hold true to that. Did you get any important messages during your Ouija sessions? No, magic and divination are not actual real magic or anything like that, so. It was the actor guy. Oh, Terrence Howard. Yeah. Yep. What an interesting guy. What an interesting guy who beats his wife and kids. What an interesting guy who hits his wife and kids and slept around in Hollywood and then bragged about it to his children while he was explaining to them that they're going to have the same shit happen to them when they grow up. What an interesting guy! If you'd like to watch that video, it's on my channel. What an interesting guy. Really interesting.
Really
Very interesting.
That ends up providing protection. And in the astral world, light.
Oh, the astral world. Cool. Where the fuck is that?
Ends up providing protection. And in the astral world, light
Frequency, you guys. He's selling the same bullshit that his peers in the MAGA world would be eating up like fucking candy. What if we could like inject some light into us? Maybe some bleach. Oh, it's all about light. Light numbers, God numbers. What is it? Fucking what's the angel language? Not Enochian, but like the thing that like people are fucking, they're all about it in MAGA circles. Gematria. God. Ugh.
Frequency is a higher vibratory frequency than obviously the shadow. Whatever shadow entities are out there, they're naturally
shadow entities. You know, things that you can totally see and can quantify and substantiate. Absolutely.
And they don't want to come near. They're repelled by the light because
the
light
okay.
just
Repelled by the light.
So those are.
So what do you do? So what do you do? You focus your intention. What else do you do? You didn't say anything. You didn't give any kind of guide, any kind of instruction or anything.
There are a couple of ways of doing it. Now I'm going to go a little bit more into what we do at the Art of Qi and how I train psychic protection.
Okay,
I
cool.
would say those aspects may be good for someone that's not really tapping into the energetics and working with people's energies as much. So for example, if you're a healer by profession, if you're constantly exposed to different...
Like the guy that I'm about to search for? Projecting psychic shield with Qi. Oh my god, there are actually still people who believe you can do this? No.
Hey, Melanie
please.
Becklick here with Ask-Angels.
Psychic protection, creating a psychic shield with golden light to help from Archangel fucking Michael? We're bringing angels into this? I mean, I was looking for that Australian guy on the beach because I thought that, like, this was like a meme now. But apparently not. Yeah, I don't know that I'm ever going to find that. Damn it! That was such a good video. Guy on beach. Okay, how about guy on beach? Field lady runs into him. Nope. Maybe I can find that on Google. Hello, Google. What? No, don't fucking use Chrome. Fuck you. This one, yeah. 3 miles north of Moulcom.
Breathe in, pull the energy in. Pull it down, and push the energy out the hand. Big breath. More power, more passion, more power. Big. Look into the hands. Good. Good.
This is what I think about every time when we're talking about like projecting a psychic shield, like shielding ourselves psychically. This is exactly what I think about.
Magnus, good. Good.
Good, Magnus, good. Get it.
As soon
Good,
as
Magnus.
you see me move, everything you got in.
Yeah. Do you think he's overacting? Just a little bit? You think he's buying it? You think that guy's buying it? Do you think that he believes that this is real?
Are you ready? Yes, come here.
No.
You stand here.
No.
And
No, don't do
Magnus
it.
and Rebecca, you prepare her.
Please, no. No, please. He was just hit with a spell, but I mean, you can play it up a little bit. I feel like he's playing it up, you know? He may have been hit with a spell, but that's a rank 1 spell at most. A rank 1 wind fist. Yeah, that's it. Grab the chakra. Grab the butthole chakra. That's gonna help you feel much better. Grab that butthole chakra. That's that's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do. That's the important part. So if you didn't notice, if you're having trouble telling what's going on, they're using the method that this guy is trying to teach us, Chi, to achieve a psychic shield around oneself, a physical force that you can use to project outward and stave off any attack. Mostly just people running at you, I guess, on a beach. And that's where we find ourselves. This is like one of those zip. Bing! I bet you're wondering how I got here. You know, with this lady. And then record skip. Just goes down like a tree. Goes down like just total trust in this man. And this is why this shit is so bad. This is why it's evil. Is because she had trust in him. She totally bought this shit. She bought the whole fucking line that she was going to be protected by Chi, and she watched these demonstrations. She watched him writhe around on the ground having, I guess, an orgasm. And like that to her was validation. That was a legitimacy that you can't give to something for just saying, like, hey, guess what? I'm psychic. Her shield appears to have not worked. Yep. Ooh. Aye. Yep, grab the butthole chakra. Yep. And then, just like a toddler, after checking on her to make sure she was still alive, he now starts convulsing and seizing on the ground in a extremely delayed reaction. You know, just keep your hands on that butthole chakra, and I think you'll be doing just great. I think that's the sacral chakra that a lot of unscrupulous doctors have used as an excuse to touch little ones in predatory fashion, which is pretty gross. But I was reading an article on that recently, which is just another reason to be disappointed in humanity. Sorry that was dark. It's gross though, but that's shit that's happening. You try to be light, but sometimes real life creeps in. Every once in a while. Yeah, man. That psychic attack that you launched on him was so debilitating that I'm surprised he's getting up. This lady who's on the ground, writhing in pain, should be ashamed of herself for how much psychic chi force she used on him. Look, he had such a delayed reaction because it was so powerful, because she couldn't control herself. If anything, he should be suing her for a psychic attack.
Okay, you ready to join us in the circle?
You are like a 200-pound man, presumably, and you fucking ran into her at full force. Like, I know that maybe running across the sand doesn't give you the same velocity that running on asphalt would, but you ran into her full fucking force. Like, you're an entire body, whether you're 200 pounds or not, you're a whole entire body that slammed into this woman who wasn't prepared. She didn't, like, because she believed you that this shit is real, her body wasn't tensing up. She wasn't prepared for an impact. I'm surprised she didn't get the wind knocked out of her, like she wasn't, like, passed out. The fucking title. Then the fucking title screen. What the fuck? What? Well, because it appears that this is like a mockumentary, maybe. I mean, not this stuff happening, but the commentary on it. No, I guess not. Weird. Because I know Russell Howard was on Taskmaster, so I'm familiar with him. But yeah, that's this stuff that we're looking at right now. That's all this stuff. And he says that this is a non-BS guide, but it's very clear that this is like a, he's selling courses, right? He's selling an education, home, training, clinic, webinar. I guess you got like either retweets or reposts articles, probably does private sessions, Art of Qi, Medical Qigong. Like, come on. He's clearly selling something. So, non-BS guide to psychic protection.
Energy, and you're in an environment where
I don't know if I agree with non-BS.
Very easily opened up. You want to have a stronger protection field. So with that, it actually requires some sort of stress testing and training. So at the Art of Qi, what we do is we have an exercise called Psychic Attack and Defense. We start off with something very similar to Tai Chi push hands, where there's two partners and their job is to affect one another physically while tuning into different energetic frequencies. And eventually they're going to understand that there's different energies that would trump other energies. It's almost like a game of rock, paper, scissors. So first they would go up the vibrational scale of the vital life force, the Jing, the electric magnetism, and tune their body into this quality of vitality and try to affect.
What the fuck did you just say? They're able to tune their body to this quality of vitality? What the fuck does that mean, dude?
And that there's different energies that would trump other energies.
Different energies, like how we fight in Pokemon. Okay? I'm locked in. I'm ready.
It's almost like a game of rock, paper, scissors. So first they would go up the vibrational scale of the vital life force.
You've already lost me. The vibrational scale of the vital life force? The three Dantians cultivate, balance, and transform energy, harmonizing body, mind, soul, spirit. Vital, physical, Jing. You're saying a lot of words without saying anything, friend. Yeah, true enough. Astral, emotional, Qi. Mental, Xian. Akasha Wuji, Wuji, non-dual white light, Dao. And so, where do you get started with this? What's up, the Hunter? Where do you get started with this? Like, do you start out knowing these concepts already? Or do you have to learn how to do this at some point, like with a specific methodology? Or is it just doing it? You just do it. You just do it. You just know how to do it. You just know how to do it and you do it, I guess. But apparently you do that, and you have to do something with the scale of the vital life force, the Jing,
the electric magnetism,
and then the electric magnetism. It's like fighting in Pokemon. We've understood that the methodology here is just like fighting in Pokemon. Okay, so a rock type is weak to a type, and then a type is weak to a type. And then a type is weak to a type. I know Pokemon.
Tune their body into this quality of vitality and try to affect.
Yeah, you tune your body into a quality of vitality, right? And then you affect someone's movement with this
vital life
force.
And then we move up into the astral realm.
Yep, and then while we're doing that with our hands, like moving back and forth, we move up into the astral realm, right? With us so far? Are you guys? We haven't been lost here?
And try to affect on an emotional level.
Right, and so when we're in the astral realm, we try to affect on an emotional level.
And what you're going to end up seeing...
There's no continuance to that sentence. That was the entire sentence. Are you a top or a bottom? I would say power bottom. I haven't really ever had the chance to show off my skills, but I think I'd be a power bottom. Although I think I'm in general probably a bit of a switch. You gotta have versatility in your life, right? You gotta live like on a balance. God didn't put your spooge button up there for no reason. Let me tell you that. Let me tell you that much.
Seeing is that someone who is using raw force versus someone who is in that soft state.
Okay, someone who's using a soft force. Or no, someone who's using raw force
versus someone who is in that
who's in a soft state. Now this is getting a little saucy. All right. I'm going to go ahead and just put that out there. He's got a little bit of a sex-eye situation going himself. All right? Just like the last guy. So, maybe he's trying to talk to us about how to get us into a soft state. Or the opposite, because that wouldn't be sexy. Maybe I don't know what sexy is. Not exactly bringing sexy back. That's a relevant and time-accurate statement. I'm very in touch.
The person in the soft state can actually win out.
Right? Yep. The person who's soft always wins.
Specific exercise, the person that's just using raw force, given that they have the same amount of muscle mass and everything else being the same.
Right.
So even though
in their
you might be working with a partner who's much stronger than you, you too can actually feel the difference in how much one will struggle
in their
this type of
penis
exercise.
With their penis.
So the purpose of doing this isn't really to see who wins, but it's for both parties to practice their ability to sense energy and to tune into that frequency on a physical level.
With their penises.
Now, when one develops this and is able to tune in on a physical level
with his penis,
then we actually release form altogether.
With their penis.
Then we would practice an exercise that I call psychic attack and defense.
Okay.
Whereby there's two partners and they're basically...
Now, I don't know why we went on this tangent about, groping and handling each other's dongs here when we're trying to be practicing chi, but that's where we ended up. So I think he's back onto his main point at this point.
Just have one touch point, usually their hands. So
God damn it, dude!
Connect to each other by...
Get your language out of the bedroom, man. Yeesh. Come on now. Inappropriate.
Their hands, and oftentimes from the outsider, this looks quite strange because you have these two participants and they're just connecting by the hand. And it kind of looks like you're just standing there, and oftentimes they could be doing this for 40 minutes to an hour.
Who dong? His dong, cowboy. He's trying to talk about how he grabbed some guy's dong, and they were like exploring each other's powernesses while he's trying to teach us how to protect ourselves psychically against vampires with chi.
But for the two participants, it's
I don't know why he
actually
went on that
incredibly
tangent.
interactive, because the game is that one person plays the role of defense, one person
A
plays
top
the role of
or a
attack.
bottom
So the
and a
defending
top.
person, they have to strengthen their subtle field and their energy
Butthole.
enough that no one can penetrate that field.
Butthole.
Now, in terms of energy vampirism and taking people's energy, you
Through
can't
their
take someone's
butthole.
energy if you can't penetrate their field. So this is
Which
exactly
is their
what
butthole.
we're practicing. There's many different methods, and some methods are stronger than other methods. Some methods use up more energy than other methods. But
To
basically, they're
keep him
creating
out
this
of your butthole.
defense system, and the person that's attacking, they're
In your
training
butthole.
their power, their ability to penetrate one's field
Butthole.
despite the defense. And why that's important, yes,
Sphincter? Are we talking about improving the health of our pelvic floor here? I'm into that. Do your anal kegels every day, guys, okay? Make sure that you're always doing your anal kegels. And your mental kegels. Do your mental kegels before you do your anal kegels. And then just for shits and giggles, do some peenie kegels. Do some little parnas kegels. Do some of those, you know? Just for the hell of it. You know? Why the hell not? You got to strengthen your parnas's sphincter, right? You got to strengthen the sphincter of that thing. Otherwise, it won't squeeze properly.
it has a martial implication. You can use
What?
your own energy to...
Did I run out of battery in my... Yes, I did. Run out of battery. My ear powed.
overpower the opponent. But simultaneously, often when you work with someone on a healing basis, you might be working on a
Yes,
premise of
I think
entity extraction.
he is just
or
kind of
working
talking
into
about
someone's past trauma.
man-on-man
and when you
love.
open that up, there could be a lot of offensive energy. Maybe the highest version of the patient wants you to solve it, but their subconscious is so protective of that trauma that it starts lashing out at you. And this isn't like physically the patient.
So you're okay. So you're actually now exorcising a demon. I mean, whatever. I guess whatever floats your boat. But I'm not sure why we're exorcising a demon. I thought this was supposed to be about psychic vampires. But I mean, I guess that's fine. I guess maybe there's a demon inhabiting a psychic vampire's body. Maybe is the thing.
Lashes
I genuinely
out,
don't
you can feel this maleficent desire to harm. So when you release someone's emotional body,
Maleficent? What? Isn't that the name of the evil queen from Sleeping Beauty? Wouldn't it be malicious? Maleficent is. I guess you could say Maleficent, right? It's not just a name. I don't know.
sometimes you get these aspects. So when you train how to use power and how to overcome the defense system, you're also training.
But how? You're just fucking. You're not actually saying how to do anything, nor have you said what we're doing. All you've done is you've titled a video and you've filled it with nonsense. Eastern medicine that is like probably run through ChatGPT a couple of times. That is just a bunch of bullshit. It's just a bunch of qualifying statements that don't surround any subject whatsoever. So we're not getting any instruction. You're not telling us what to envision or what to be intending when we do like whatever the fuck inner peace chants or like paired gooning with friends, I guess. Like I don't know what part of this is supposed to help me develop a psychic shield against energy vampires, good sir, or shadow beings.
Healing quality of how to overcome an entity's defense system to bypass their defense in order to release them and to extract them out of specific patients. So all of these skills are kind of connected.
All you've been talking about is how to get into other people's buttholes.
This is why the internal arts can be manifested into 10,000 things in so many different avenues.
Nice honking. Go out and tell him to move along, please.
How you would serve the world.
It's ruining your
really
shot.
Fun exercise. Why this exercise is important is because I can give so many different ways of defending yourself energetically to students.
Give one! Give just one! The audience is at the edges of their seats. You're halfway through a video, and you haven't given one method to stave off energy vampires. Not even once.
But it's much stronger for a student to actually develop the experience of using each one of them and understanding experientially what is the difference of each one of the defense, which one is stronger, and when to use which most appropriately, because some are actually quite costly, right? And
I mean, you said that you were going to give one. You said that you were giving us the non-BS guide to psychic protection. Where the fuck is even the most basic exercises that you would use? Where are the like breathing exercises, like whatever Tai Chi bullshit you wanted to try and pass off as real martial arts? What is it? What is it that you wanted to do to teach us how to protect ourselves psychically? Not shadow beings, shadow people. Okay, sorry, my mistake. We gotta remain consistent here.
whether it's costing time of preparing it or costing of energy of even keeping that barrier up. So again, there's different methods that students can use. In our class, when students are attuned to the non-dual light, they can stream that through their body, and that acts like a protection mechanism as well. They can stream from the transpersonal streaming light while holding Earth upwards, and that creates almost like a centralizing quality that does not allow people to bifurcate and to move your matrices.
Oh my god. I don't think that it's really like necessary that we go through, you know, each of the points, but why else are we here if not to do shit like that, you know?
The non-dual light, they can stream, even keeping that barrier up.
Dude.
It's actually quite costly, right? And whether it's each one of the defense, or for students to actually develop the experience of using each one of them and understanding experientially what is the difference of each one of the defense, which...
So he said I could show you, but I don't feel like it. Potentially because you wouldn't be able to protect yourself as effectively if you go from method to method. But he hasn't given us one method yet.
One is stronger and when to use which most appropriately, because some are actually quite...
He's like, you guys won't use it for good, you'll use it inappropriately, and you won't appreciate the power that you've been given. Definite narcissist behavior, but only in practice, maybe not fundamental.
Costly, right? And whether it's costing time of preparing it or costing of energy of even keeping that barrier up. So again, there's different methods that students can use. In our
yeah, okay. Keeping that barrier up. That's what, yep, sure.
class, when students are attuned to the non-dual light, they can stream that through their body, and that
A student is attuned to the non-dual light, which I think he associated with the Tao.
acts like a protection
that
mechanism.
acts like a protection mechanism as
They can
well.
stream...
Okay, nice AI image that you've used to illustrate that. I don't think you needed that, but you probably, it's fine.
From the transpersonal stream.
That they can stream in from the transpersonal streaming light while pulling Earth upwards,
a centralizing quality.
and that creates almost a centralizing quality.
That does not allow people to bifurcate and to move.
Bifurcate? Sure, okay. So we split in half, and then we move our matrices
to move the three bodies, right? It's like everything's tight.
to move the three bodies. Sweet. Totally makes sense. I'm absolutely getting every single word of this without being confused at all whatsoever.
Like a guitar string, so they can't impact it as much. I've had other
Yep, because of the vibrations.
that taught me how to create an astral temple. So you create this,
And then you go and you create an astral temple. Once you get up to the astral plane, you know, then you're doing things on an emotional level, and then you have to create an astral temple for yourself. And then you reinforce it.
and you reinforce it in your imagination, so that it's
In your imagination.
only yours and no one else has access or keys in order to access.
Right, and so you got to make sure to lock it, because people might get in there. All right? Padlock that shit.
Access this secret environment for you. And for example, if someone does get access and penetrate your field, and they're
Come on, man. Dude, like, what the fuck? Like, what? Why are you being so suggestive? Why are you using such suggestive language? Is it just me? Do I have brain rot? Am I just looking for phrases that might be suggestive? I feel like he's purposefully saying, penetrate your field for maybe some as of yet undiscovered kink of his, or maybe some sort of, I don't know. But it sounds like a euphemism. It sounds like he's saying that in order to indicate something else, if you know what I'm saying. I'm not going to levy a judgment at his, you know, place on the spectrum. But maybe he's like hiding that somehow. Maybe like he's, I don't know, but it seems like he's obsessed with buttholes.
continually siphoning energy even after they leave, and you feel like your thoughts are coming back to this person, whether it's like a perpetrator, a business partner, someone who's drastically affected your life, a parental figure, or a past lover. There's a mechanism where you can cut astral cords and remove astral cord extraction. This is another way to...
How? Okay, cool. How? Stop saying that there's a way. Fucking tell me how. You said that. The fucking video is called The Non-BS Guide to Psychic Protection. Where the fuck is the guide? That was one word in a fucking 7-word sentence. I mean, that's a pretty big percentage. of the statement that you're trying to make to the people who are going to watch your
the
fucking
hold that
video,
people have
dude.
on you. And when we go into more advanced practices, then we work with building elemental spheres.
Like what? More advanced practices? Like what?
So you first need to learn how to develop the torus field and how to strengthen that.
What is that? How do you develop it? And how do you strengthen it?
Around you, and then you would put different.
Why are you using ChatGPT to give us a spiritual thing? You should be creating that artwork yourself.
Elemental qualities to that, and each one of the elemental qualities actually gives you a different type of defense. So you can have like a fire
But what elemental qualities?
defense, a fire sphere, which basically any entity or any consciousness that tries to touch it, it gets burned off of it. It's quite offensive. Now,
Okay. Demonstrate that.
it acts like a great support, but number one, it burns off your willpower, so it's a bit exhausting.
Okay, can you demonstrate it, or can you tell us how to do that?
And number two is that if you have this field around you, it makes you a bit unapproachable. So when other people see you, they almost like subconsciously get this desire to run away, especially those who don't have a lot of fire in themselves.
Okay, show us.
They will feel almost like, oh, this person's like way too much for me. Or vice versa, if someone who's like an alpha male who exhibits a lot of fire quality themselves, they might see you as a threat, and then they might want to be more combative with you.
What? So we're now into fucking astrology? Now we're just talking about horoscopes. Now we're just saying like broad general shit so that people think that I can... when I see like a strong alpha male... Dude, like literally... I think all of those mindset grindset boys believe themselves to be alpha males. And a bunch of them are chuds. Like, you don't... What you believe to be a quality about a human being may not be what I agree would be a quality in a human being, may not be what the rest of humanity agrees would be a quality in the human being, or at least not perceived the same way, and thus it means fucking nothing.
Whereas if you have water, you can build this water field, and essentially it neutralizes the energy around you and it harmonizes it. So it's a bit more passive in the way it builds.
Okay, demonstrate that.
Action for you, and it's a bit more forgiving for those who wants to penetrate. It just mellows the.
God damn, more penetration, man. He's all about saying the word penetrate. That is like his favorite word at this point.
You have this air where it's like your boundary is completely open, but whatever comes in your field, it continuously gets in a space of release. So it's like you're having things in your field, but it's releasing simultaneously. It's just that release.
What does that mean? Having what in your field? Releasing what?
Process happens faster than anything trying to penetrate your field. So any intentionality immediately gets released out. The purpose with the earth is...
So they all work. They're all fine. They're all okay to use. Just use them all. Just use every single method. But he hasn't said any of the methods, nor has he detailed anything about how they work. So it's still not a guide, for damn sure. It's more of an overview of what methods... Now, he's not even mentioning specific methods of how we can apply methods to psychic protection. This hasn't instructed anything.
It's quite liberating to, like, you want to feel like you're still very open to people. You can sense all the stuff around you, but simultaneously you have this defense. And lastly, we have the earth defense. We create the earth sphere. And this is probably the hardest thing to penetrate because it's just so dense. But simultaneously, you would bring that out at the expense of your own.
Of course, it would be, earthy, the color of mud. And that would be the hardest to penetrate. Because it's so dense.
Ability to sense what's actually happening around you. So you might not even know that you're getting attacked. Whereas air, it's very obvious if someone's trying to temper into your field. So the earth, you get a stronger defense, but at the expense of your own awareness about what people are doing around you and their intentions.
So, okay, so now we're all Avatar, the last bender or whatever, airbender. We're now in that realm. Now people can form shields of earth, air, fire, water around them and protect themselves from psychic vampires. Sadly, 12 minutes and 1 second into this 15-minute video, he has not given us at all any one indication that he knows the process of how to do that, nor has he instructed us on doing that, which is interesting, but it might still happen.
Ultimately, the next step in cultivation is you want to build like all 4 spheres simultaneously, and you want to pull that into your etheric field.
So you're not going to teach us even the basics of how to get those spheres started, but now you're telling us that we need to combine them somehow? I don't even know how to make the earth sphere, man. You're supposed to be teaching me that stuff. This was supposed to be a guide.
Practice that we will get into if a student is really challenged with feeling like they're getting energy zapped out of them, then this is something that I would teach them.
Oh, wait. You have a school that I have to enroll in, and that's when you'll teach me all that stuff. Okay. Fair enough. Wisdom Tree Institute. All right. Well, I won't be giving you my money. Teaching you, totally not written by ChatGPT. See what I mean? If you over rely, people can call it out, and it's just going to be there, present for everyone to see. And I don't want to do that one. I'll maybe do that one tomorrow. Look at the title. We grew little creatures that were never meant to exist. I'm gonna bookmark that. We'll go over that tomorrow. And this one, I think, yeah, the videos are like 20 minutes long. So we'll wrap this up tomorrow, with this guy. But yeah, no, I will not be giving you my money. I'm so sorry, Wisdom Tree Institute. Sorry, Wisdom Tree. I think you're a little too obsessed with buttholes. I think that's the one takeaway, you know, that I have, you know, here with me, that I'm holding in my brain and in my heart, that you really love buttholes. And I don't know why that you feel the need to mask it in this study, in this empirical knowledge of chi and how to project psychic shields and stuff, but I don't think it's working. I don't like that look for you. I don't think that it's effective, and I don't think that it's having the effect that you want it to have. You know, you talk about what seems to be euphemisms for buttholes a lot, so maybe deal with that. You know, maybe like get that under control. You know, talk to somebody about that, and then come on back and start teaching us how to channel our chi. But with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you being here. And thank you for hanging out with me and all that kind of stuff. And we'll be back tomorrow doing much of the same stuff. But until then, keep your butthole chakras shut from aggressive energy vampire penetration.